Conversation Uncensored.
All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between. We are back for the second half, or as R.C. Walker Nexus put it, part 2 of Thank God It Is Fallout Friday. TGIFF. We have Fallout Asia now with our wonderful cast here. We have Captain Mark, Doña Teresa Cuervo, we have Johnny Drop, Logar the Ogar, and Stinkpalm 007. I'm going to have each of my players introduce themselves. We're going to get a nice little recap from Tracy here, and then we are going to jump straight back into where we left off. So Mark, go ahead and start us off.
Yeah, find me Captain Mark 87 on the Discord. I'm playing the International Man of Mystery Sean Dalton in this game. You can find me in Capricious' Nomad game tomorrow night as well. And also over on twitch.tv/Heroes in Theory for D&D on Sundays.
Thank you. Raven?
Hey everyone, I'm Raven. I'm playing Camacho, mercenary survivor. You can find me all over the internet at Doña Teresa Cuervo. Thank you.
All right, thank you. John?
Yep, hi, I'm John. You can find me lurking on the Discord as Johnny Drop. You can find me here every Friday and Saturday. Other Sandman 3096 in the chat. And if you'd like, you can check out my SoundCloud at Arkson. And tonight I will be playing your recently revived Nurse Handybot, Minsky.
Awesome, thank you. Logar?
Hi, I'm Logar the Ogar. You can find me at twitch.tv/Logar the Ogar. Same thing on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram at Twig and Logar. It's just pictures of my cat, and it's great. I will be playing Val Jacobs, the American-born mercenary survivor that grew up in post-apocalyptic Taiwan and has failed his way up into the basement of this junior high school.
Failed his way up. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and Tracy.
I'm Tracy, or StinkPalm007. You can find me on Twitter, Discord, or Twitch chat. StinkPalm007. I am playing Jian Yu, the eccentric scientist who travels the waste with his Brahmin.
I always love that little dynamo. It's so cute.
I always keep him here when I'm playing. You know, gotta remind me that I have a cow.
Don't have a cow. Rob already warned us about that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am GM Capricious Nature. I am our overseer here. Let me switch over to our PC names. So I'm the overseer here for Sean, Camacho, Minsky, Val, and Jianyu, who all miraculously have somehow survived to this point, except for Minsky, who, as they mentioned, has now been revived. So Minsky is back and has a hell of an attitude, and every single one of us loves it. I'm dropping my links over in our chat, as well as the links for all of our wonderful players here. You can see on there that we have the Cybernation Uncensored website listed up. You can find all of our supplements on there, including the Fallout Asia supplement, which received its latest update last week to include some new equipment, the bunker dwellers, and once things calm down a little bit for my new semester at work, I'm going to be getting in some awesome little homebrew starting kits for Protectrons, so that our player here, Camacho, can create her backup PC as a Protectron. That being said, you can also find all of the perchance generators that I use here on stream and constantly bug people about over on Facebook, over on my Reddit thread there. It's got all of the links. You can also find the Modifius Discord listed there. We have been getting a buttload of support from April Stiletto, who works with their PR department, and Modifius themselves has already reached out. They have been absolutely wonderful, so I will gladly post their link on there. And finally, our music today is from Bass Ape Records and 1,000 Reasons. Right now, you can quietly hear in the background Genesis by 1,000 Reasons. Now, because of the craziness of a new semester for me, it was literally my first full week back, and it was insanity. I have not had a chance yet to learn Sirenscape because, holy crap, there are so many tools, and there are so many sound sets to learn. So it is going to take me a little bit of time, but it should hopefully be up and running for tomorrow's Cyberpunk Goes Nomad stream, and if not, by next week. So that being said, I'm going to let Gianni go ahead and take it away with his journal entry from our last session. So go for it, Gianni.
Journal of Dr. Ho Jianyu, Wednesday, October 22nd, 2110, day 1969. I thought we had problems yesterday, but now I know we've made things much worse than I could have imagined. In the night, we were visited by two figures. Unbeknownst to us, this could have been our opportunity to make amends for the temple. Instead, we chose violence. In the flickering firelight as the figures melted into the floor, I read the hat of the figure in white, the unmistakable words, rewarding the good and punishing the evil. When we fled the school, Sean and I looked back to see a horrifying sight. The fire inside vanished. The door we just left through was chained again, and the lock showed no indication we had broken it a few hours prior. Painted next to the door was a large 7 and an 8, the domain of the 7th and 8th Masters. Chia Baya. The playground contained child skeletons wrapped in chains. We have offended the guardians of the underworld. They can and will track us to the ends of the earth and shackle our souls and drag us to Dayu. We best stay on the move until we can redeem ourselves. We evacuated the area as quickly as possible. Poor Minsky was tied to dynamo, flinging sparks off as we towed him down the road. After a couple of minutes, we stopped. Luckily, Minsky had shared his schematics with me a few years back. It took a little rewiring and a couple minor modifications, and Camacho's help, to get Minsky back online. Camacho was impressively skilled at robotic repairs. On the other hand, Val only managed to dismantle his own multi-tool. Minsky powered on, looked up, and said, "Sean, you fucking killed me!" Sean, who's unfazed by everything, was taken aback by this. Stumbling over his words, Sean attempted to defend his indefensible action. A few minutes down the road, we came to a junior high that was a former post-war community. Dynamo, who had had little to eat on the road, immediately went to the field and grazed. I stayed out there while the others went inside to find a fusion core. I don't know what they did inside, but they seemed to have caused a power surge in the building as I saw the light turn on. I really hope they don't cause the fusion core to overload. I should have gone in there with them. That's when I heard some voices coming from the building. Maybe they're friendly, or maybe not.
All right, excellent. Thank you for our little recap there. We've got quite a situation going on, and just like my Cyberpunk Nomads campaign, this group has also insisted on splitting up into multiple locations where I have to attempt to keep track of what the hell is going on. So yeah, that's where we are picking up. We've got our wonderful Sean, Camacho, Minsky, and Val downstairs in this basement area. Sean attempted to, and we retconned this, Sean attempted to unplug that power core and got zapped pretty hard. They eventually were able to get it pulled out, though. I believe that was it Camacho or Minsky who got the power core out?
It wasn't me.
We didn't get it out.
You didn't get it out.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think we did.
I think that was the
Yeah,
next
no.
goal, and that's when we switched over to Jianyu. So there we go.
We kept watching rolls, and
Yeah, that
when
was
it
it.
was getting ready to overload.
Yes. And then you set fire on your torch and then use the torch to melt the camera that was watching you guys. That was it. Okay. Now my brain's getting back into sorts. So we've got Jianyu separated from the group, of course, with his dynamo, his Brahmin. And he hears some voices in the upstairs corridor where they had seen some lights on. Our crew here did not think to go and check out that area first. They just went straight into the basement. And so now Jianyu is on his solo, listening to multiple different voices quietly chattering back and forth. And that's where we pick everything up. So give me 1 second. I know we don't have Sirenscape yet, but let me switch over our soundscapes a little bit on our Twitch. Alright, there we go. That should set a nice little tone for everybody. For the players, if you want to turn on your Twitch sound for a second and listen, this'll be fun. So, Jianyu, go ahead and roll me a perception survival check, please.
Right.
Grab the GM kit.
And I got nothing. 13 and a 16. Starting off strong.
Yeah, all these wonderful rolls. So you're standing there at the bottom of the stairs, and for some reason it seems as if the voices from upstairs now go silent. You no longer hear anybody chattering, but you do know that you have left Dynamo behind out in that field.
Yeah, because I approached the building.
Yes.
And I believe I had drawn my 10 millimeter.
Yes. So what are you going to do?
All right. They came from upstairs. Is there a stairwell near me?
Yes, there are 2 stairs sets that go up and go down. So there's one on either side of that little front entrance thing.
And they're not like inside. I don't have to go through any doors or anything, do I?
No, this is, as we mentioned with the last stream, here in Taiwan, most of the schools here are designed similar to the way California does it. They're like outdoor hallways, and so there's the only things that are enclosed indoors are the actual rooms. Everything else is outdoors. It's kind of cool.
Alright, then I am going to try to sneak my way up the stairs.
Alright, go ahead and roll me sneak and agility, please.
Alright. And I think I will drop an action point on that.
Okay. Yep. We voted, and we came to a consensus last week that the party AP will remain. It will stay there from session to session until it is exhausted, and this is in order to facilitate players having better chance at success.
It begins.
It begins. So we have one success, one 9, and a 20. So this is part of the greater chance of success. Do you want to spend a luck point and re-roll that 20, or are you just gonna roll with it?
Just gonna roll with it.
Right. Give me 1 second. I am also clearing out our reward request queue, trying to remember which ones that were used, and refunding back the ones that were not. So give me 1 second. Oh my god, there's so many. Rob! You had 18 items on here, man. All right. And I think we used one of my critical injuries from Rob's game earlier today. There we go. Now we're down to Logar's. So what did I say not too long ago? That there was a Protectron. It sounds interesting. That's what you said, RC Rock Walker Nexus. Or good morning, y'all. Thank God it's Fallout Friday. Good that I just made new coffee. I don't know.
How about pushing the eject button?
Oh, you want an eject button.
So,
all right.
if I might suggest a complication, I think Dynamo might chase me down, making it really hard for me to hide. Like when a dog comes up to you, it's like you're like trying to be sneaky. He's like, "Oh hey, wiggle wiggle," you know.
I would say yes to that, but remember, Dynamo, you left them over in the crops. They're eating. They have not eaten in presumably about 3 days now. So Dynamo is super hungry. But what had come into my mind is that I had an idea given due to the circumstances. How about we make them -2 a -20? Yeah, no, that's not happening. No, not ever. Sorry. Maybe Rob can make one of those point things for like maybe a 10,000 point -5 or -10, but -20 no. Unless you want to spend the points on a positive plot twist. That's always a possibility. So, John, you're climbing up the stairs, and initially at the very beginning, you were quite sneaky. But as you are coming up these stairs, they've been there, they've been dilapidated, and this place was abandoned. You literally step through what seems to have been some very, very worn down concrete stairs, and it crumbles underneath your feet. And so, as you are climbing up, part of that staircase literally just crumbles underneath you. So what I'm going to need you to do is give me an athletics agility, otherwise you will fall prone.
That's something I'm awesome at.
Yes, I know.
I have... come on. Any luck? Nope.
An 11 and a 10. Alright, so as you are climbing up the stairs, it crumbles underneath your feet and you plop straight down onto those cement stairs. Your sneakiness is no longer all that sneaky as the sound of the concrete hitting the floor a full story underneath you resonates throughout this entire courtyard. And you are now prone. So next turn around, you're going to have to take part of your action to stand up. But as this is happening, as you are attempting to be all sneaky and get up those stairs, what's going on with our wonderful crew down inside of the basement? We have that camera now burned off, literally melted by Camacho's torch. We have Val having stood back up from resuffering his critical injury again on his leg. And we have Sean, the poor bastard, just got electrocuted. So what are you guys gonna do? Let's start off with Sean. What are you doing?
Gonna stand up from being electrocuted, and I was actually thinking. So if I have a poke about the room, can I use one of my luck points? I have one left. To introduce some papers that are perhaps instructions, and I don't necessarily have to understand them because I'm not a scientist or an engineer, but someone perhaps with that mindset would. Literally, like almost a step-by-step guide of how to remove this core from the machine.
Yeah, so you start looking around as you stand up. You put your hand on one of those old like metal desks as you pull your stuff up, and you literally look down at your hand and you see guide on power core removal. Nice big gigantic bold font sitting right there on the desk. Nice little binder, 3-ring binder.
Yeah. So I pick that up and turn. To... Anybody? Anybody?
Yeah. Val's like, all right, you done enough. Take a seat. You look horrible. Because I assume that Sean is just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, his previously slicked back hair with that pomade is now.
Yeah. There's like charred arm hairs and stuff like that. Yeah.
Delicious.
what
Checking it off.
does Sean make his pomade out of? Because they don't sell that anymore. I mean, he has to make it out of something.
Secret.
Do you really want to know?
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
Gross.
Actually, do you know how long those like jars of pomade can keep? Like
Oh, probably forever.
decades.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I got a
saying.
container over in my bathroom. I bought it for our Reservoir Panda stream because I was gonna be slicking back my hair and spiking it up and stuff. And I looked on there and the expiration date was like 2050. I was just like, what?
yeah.
Just in case you get hungry, you can. It was not going to expire for a long time, I guess.
Yes. I mean, it's literally just like gelatinized glue.
Val is going to try to read the instructions on how to remove the fusion core.
All right. So go ahead and roll me a intelligence science roll, please.
Val finally feels like he's about to do something correctly. He's just like, all right, okay. Instructions. All right.
Woo! 1 success and 1 critical failure.
I'm gonna re-roll the critical failure.
Yeah, you want to spend a luck point to get rid of that critical failure?
Yeah, dude, I have to do something right.
Yep.
There we go.
Oh, shit! Critical
tiny.
success. You just regenerated that action point right there, so good job. You guys are full back up. Thank God. I was going to say if you had that critical failure, like as you were reading the instructions, you're like tearing off the page and throwing it on the ground, and you read the next one, tear it off and throw it on the ground. But yeah, so you successfully read through that manual, and on your character sheet, this is one thing that's actually really freaking cool about the Fallout system, is that on your character sheet, what I'm going to have you do, let me see if I can find the location. On your character sheet, under the section for, I believe it's under character. It's under character.
Was it the specialized training thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's it.
Under settings, where the heck is it? Oh my God, it's so confusing.
Fusion core management.
Origin, attributes, skills, perk, derived, equipment, confirm, character. Holy mother of God, this is so complex. Oh, I thought it was bad being a GM. All right. Under items, I'll just have you toss it in there. Under items, you can put in there, in parentheses, red, and then put down power core removal manual. And you have now gained the knowledge of how to remove power cores. So here in the Fallout system, what I was trying to say before I started bleeding from the nose trying to get through this character sheet, is the fact that within the Fallout 2D20 system, there's tons of books and magazines that you can go and find and read. And for Fallout Asia, our characters have not run across a library or searched for any books yet, but there are actually a ton of magazines and books that I added into the random generator system that give you guys a ridiculously weird assortment of perks and knowledge. So I will add this into it, Power Core Removal Manual. So you now know how to successfully and safely remove power cores. So when it is a DV2 normally, it'll be a DV1 for you.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now his Val's all juiced as he limps away.
Right. Camacho, what are you doing while Val is reading this book that Sean has found?
Since I don't want to fiddle with this thing any further and try to get it to overload, I'll search around the room.
Okay.
See if I can find anything useful.
Now go ahead and give me a survival perception check. Just like I was saying on Logar's channel the other day, it's always survival perception and it's always grenades. Those are always the solutions. Or in the end, as we already know, if we really want to mess shit up, bottle cap mines.
God damn it!
So we have a critical success and another critical failure. This is absolutely goddamn mind-blowing, folks.
I'm gonna use a point of luck to re-roll that failure.
All right, that sounds like a great idea. How the actual hell is this possible? Like, how? I think it's because we've got somebody here who's like a statistician. We have now become a statistical anomaly ourselves. So thanks Tracy.
You're welcome. I'm helping out in any way I can.
All right, so we have a we updated our crit failure to from a 20 to a 15, which is great. And the perception was a critical success. Now, what I'm going to do is jump over on the Fallout Asia Wasteland Reveals. I'm going to pop that link down in our chat in case any of you are interested in these awesome random generators. And you are inside of a generator room. Let me go. No, it is not tiny. Well, it is tiny. Okay. All right. So as you're looking around, you actually find a small safe. That was located over by the desk that Sean had convulsed near, and it seems as if there is a combination lock on the front. So either you could use a point of luck to successfully put in the numbers there, or you can attempt a lockpick DV1.
I'll use a point of luck.
All right. So you are sitting there and you're trying to think and trying to figure it out, like what the hell could the combination possibly be? And then you look up just a little bit, and there's a small sticky note underneath the desk that just has the lock combination on it. You take that off, start dialing it in. So as you're dialing it in, you hear this click, and this small lock opens up, and this industrial safe opens up in front of you. And it seems as if this janitor that must have been working down here, he must have possibly been working with the school's Jiaoquan, which is the military police, because in Taiwan, we have military police at some of our schools, because that's how it works here. Jiaoquan are the one that handle discipline, so never piss off your Jiaoquan, guys. Never do that. You see inside the safe, there are two things located in there. The first one is a... Where is it? The first one in there is a flare gun. So you find a flare gun inside of the safe. And sitting right next to it, you find... No, not missiles. Where's flare? There we go. You find 3 flares. So you found a flare gun and 3 flares inside of that small little industrial safe. Other than that, you don't really see anything of great use inside of the room, other than a small stack of papers in the back next to a filing cabinet. And on top of that filing cabinet, you find what looks to be the previous work or the previous property of the guy who worked here, and you find a casual baseball hat sitting up on top.
Okay.
So that's what you're able to discover inside of that room.
Guys, I just want to interrupt real quick.
Yeah.
So a couple weeks ago, Tracy and I had been talking about trying to buy the Fallout Game Master bundle from the US Modifius website. I just checked it again. It is finally in stock.
Awesome.
Oh, holy crap!
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I got mine from England because I'm on the other side of the Pacific, but yeah, that's awesome that the US store finally has it in stock.
Yeah, so definitely check that out. And it says there's 137 units in stock, so you've got a couple minutes.
Yeah, a couple minutes.
Yeah.
I already have my manual shipped to me. And ironically, I'm very lucky here in Taiwan. It's like one of the only things that shipping has actually helped us with is that like now our trade with England is insanely fast. I got this 5 days after ordering it. It literally went from England
ridiculous.
to Taiwan in 5 days, and I'm still waiting on a Christmas card from my dad and my sister from a year and a half ago. But this came in 5 days. Like, holy crap. So, you know, Modifius, kudos, fucking hat off to you guys. Like, holy shit. But yeah, I'm glad you guys have it in stock. So, folks, go get your bundles. Go get your GM kits. You can also, yeah, there you go. So RC Walker Nexus got it straight into Germany. That's awesome, or from Germany. But yeah, so go out, get your bundles, get your packs. They're absolutely fantastic. I love the shit out of mine. But so Camacho, you're going around the room trying to figure out what the hell's in there. Sean, you're slowly trying to pull yourself back from this electrocution. Val, you have gained some insight and knowledge. Minsky, you are floating and bobbing there. What are you doing in the meantime?
Minsky is a little annoyed with himself that he couldn't figure out how to undo this power core, so he's kind of just going to grumble off and keep an eye on the hallway and the door.
Minsky grumbling is so, like, weird.
Most definitely, yeah.
Sounds like a cartoon chipmunk just...
That's wonderful. Yeah, oh my god. So, on top of that, from Logar's little statement about Modifius, Vampire Bites just resubbed for a 12-month streak, a full year. Vampire came in just a little bit before me, and I've been in contact. I've been in contact with them for almost this entire time now. I've been here for 10 months, 10 or 11 months now. And Vampire has been an absolutely fantastic person to be talking with, and same thing for Rob. Both of them have been great friends, super helpful for the last just about year for me. But congrats on the 12 months, it's awesome. And yeah, in the year 2045, I'm mysteriously going to get a package that says Merry Christmas, love you, Dad, 2020. Just give it another 20 years, I'll get it. It'll get here eventually. So we've got Minsky grumbling like a wired chipmunk over into the hallway. Minsky, go ahead and give me a perception check as you move over to the hallway. At least no critical failures. Okay. So you are standing out in the hallway, just bobbing there, chilling out. So we've got Jianyu over in this corridor trying to climb up these stairs, get to figure out what the heck is going on with these talking voices. Jianyu, go ahead and roll me a perception check to listen to your surroundings after that concrete has fallen to the ground and given away your position to literally everything within a kilometer radius. Or at least
We're
anything
almost
with
full on
gears.
AP, aren't we?
We are full on AP, actually.
We are full. Let's spend one of those.
All right.
Nice. I actually succeeded something.
Yes, we got a 12, 19, and a 1. So let me double check on here really quick. I think that falls into a critical failure.
Is it a difficulty 2?
Yes.
Can I spend 2 of our -2s?
Go for it. Yeah. I mean, well, don't ask me. Ask the team because you're taking them away from them.
Yes.
Yeah, alright, I'm gonna drop 2 of the -2s.
Okay. All right, so that'll bring it down to a 17 instead of a 19. So those both come from Logar the Ogar. So thank you, Logar, for giving those and not getting yourself stuck on your own -2. So congratulations. So we've got Jianyu, who's trying to listen to his surroundings, and he hears a mosquito buzz by, but it promptly fucks off because everybody hates mosquitoes. And he's able to hear up the hallway as those voices that he'd heard previously, they start to talk again in a quiet whisper, like, oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Something fell. Oh, shit. Are there other people here? And you just hear them quietly chattering with each other, trying to figure out what is going on, what could it be. So what are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna need to get up.
Yep.
Can't lay here all day. I'm going to try to, I guess, stealth my way back down the stairs. And was it only one step that broke, or was it like a whole section?
Just one step.
All right, so I could attempt to step over it, and then I'd probably fall to my death. But I'll try to stealth my way up the stairs.
Up or down?
I'm going to go down, and I'm going to try to go up the other set.
Okay.
I can break those two.
Go ahead and roll me stealth, please. Stealth agility. Or sneak agility, not stealth. That's Cyberpunk.
Agility. Sneak.
Just waiting for more critical failures now. Do you want to
Of
use
course.
an AP?
I already rolled it.
Okay.
Got one success.
One
And no
success.
crit fail.
Yeah, congratulations. No crit fail this time. Awesome. So you're able to very, very quietly, pull your leg back out of the hole that had been created from that crumbling concrete and sneak your way down the stairs and turn your way around that central column to start going up the other stairs. And we'll pick back up from there. Val, you've got this knowledge. You now know how to successfully and safely remove this power core that even Minsky himself could not do just a moment ago. So what are you going to do?
Oh, I thought that check was me removing it with the, that was just me reading it and understanding it.
Yeah, that's you learning it.
Oh, okay. Well, then in that case, Val is going to put the manual in his backpack, and then he's going to crackle his knuckles, and he's going to twiddle his fingers, and he's going to unplug the fusion core.
All right, go ahead.
In the proper way.
Roll me science intelligence. Yeah, when you consume magazines and books in the Fallout universe, this is kind of my own little homebrew. Is that when you consume them, even in the video game, they're destroyed upon consuming. So what I had you do is I had you read the book, and if you successfully understood it, then it doesn't become useless afterwards. Otherwise, it becomes a single-use item, like normal. And you understood
Okay.
it, so you can keep it, and you've gained the skill.
What is the DB for me to take this out?
It's normally a 2. It is now a 1 for you because you have that skill.
Okay, I'm gonna use an AP.
Okay. Do you want to use 3 AP to
Because-
get 2 dice?
No, I'm okay. Just the extra dice should be good. Just the one.
If you say so.
Yeah. I get
All
one
right.
back. Okay.
Yeah. So boom, you get your AP back. So Minsky, you can hear Val walk over inside this room with the humming generator as you're quietly mumbling to yourself, and you see this flesh bag reach down, successfully pull up this little lever, unplug something, and then and take out this power core. So you see this flesh bag successfully do it. And now all of you that are in that room, look, a kiddo! Hi, kiddo! Sorry, I'm around kids all the time.
Oh.
Stick palm screen. As you unscrew this, it is literally the last thing that all of you see is this gigantic smirk come onto Val's face as all of the lights immediately power down, and it is now pitch black outside of the torch that Camacho is holding. So, congratulations! You now have a power core, and you successfully disengaged it.
Val hands the power cord to Sean
Tom?
because it's his job. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's for all the times that I should have died and didn't. So thank you, and you're welcome.
Fair. Kind of looks around. Right. Yeah, the power. You mind leading the way? Gesture over to Camacho, who has the torch.
Sure thing. What you need?
Gun drawn, and I will follow Camacho out.
Did we hear the stone step crumbling when we were down there?
No, you guys
Or
are
be too far
literally
away?
underground. Yeah, you wouldn't have heard it.
Okay. Yes,
right.
it is. To answer your question.
You can still hear the humming?
Well, actually, now I can't, but before I could.
I can't hear anything.
Now I can't hear it. So I don't know if you did something else between that and when you asked that question, but no, I can't hear it anymore.
No, I can put on another note. Oh, it might be this. Can you hear it now?
I could only hear it when you're talking. I hear it in the background of your voice when you're talking, because the noise gate turns on and then takes everything in
Yeah.
and then turns off. But I can't hear it now, so never mind.
Well, I've got noise
That's
gate
right.
and I've got noise filters and I put on a noise suppressor, so it should be doing its job. I've got noise suppression on through Discord. I've got noise gates on OBS, so whatever. At least it's working somewhat. So yes.
You rolled a 20.
That is a success for each. Who rolled it? Me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
clearly for your science check.
The tech teacher. So yeah, Camacho, you've got the torch. Sean has stepped out of the way to let you lead the way.
Okay, I'll lead the way. I want to draw my pistol and have it ready while I'm leading the way with the torch in front of me.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception survival check, please. Or sorry, no, not perception. Let's just perception survival. Just trying to see your way down the corridor with a very limited light from your torch. All right, and yeah, you have no issues. You're able to get back to that door, get everybody behind you, and you start heading down that corridor. And Val, go ahead and roll me a perception survival, please. No crit fails. No whammies.
Come on, baby. Well,
No, you're good. It wasn't a DB2. All right. Yeah, you don't notice anything. You kind of just get in line behind Camacho and start heading out of the room. And so
sounds good to me.
yeah, so we've got Camacho, we've got Sean, we've got Val, and we have Minsky, and the four of you are heading down this this very dimly lit corridor. A little bit of light coming from Minsky's jet thruster, and a little bit of light coming from Camacho's torch. And the lot of you head down this corridor, and you now have two directions that you can go. You can turn left to go back up those stairs to the ground floor, or you can continue straight into the area that had been repainted as like a cafeteria. Or sorry, it would have been repainted from cafeteria to commissary. My bad. I forgot.
When we went down there the first time, Val heard the sound of like a television on in the other room.
Yeah.
Does he hear that now?
That's what you just rolled for.
I see. So he didn't hear it.
You heard it initially when you came down. Nobody else heard it, and you don't hear it now.
Right, we should probably just get the fuck out of here.
I have
Right,
no
we're
desire
done.
to spend any more time in a school.
I was
I'm
going to
smart
use our
enough
jumpy.
already.
Well, like we're done, right? I just figured, unless you want to hang out, like I don't know. I'm on a roll. I don't know. I'll do whatever.
No, I've seen what it looks like when you're on a roll. Let's go.
All right, so what direction are you guys going? Straight or left? Camacho,
Up and
you're
out.
leading the pack.
Look back at Sean. Which way would you like me to go?
Yeah, let's just get out of here. We need to. We've left the doctor on his own for long enough anyway.
So the lot of you turn left, and Jianyu, you got your successful sneak roll there, getting down the stairs, heading back up the other ones. So go ahead and give me another perception survival check as you're trying to listen in on these people as you're coming up those stairs.
No. And we're still pretty good on AP, so I'm going to spend one.
Okay.
Good, I spent one.
All right, so we've got an 11, a 9, and a 13. So the voices that you heard talking about, like, oh, did you hear that? You hear them now talking like, oh shit, did you hear that? The breakers just went off. This fucking fuck. Oh shit, there is somebody else here. And you hear the quiet cocking of what sounds to be some kind of ranged weapon. You're not sure. It could be a crossbow, it could be a shotgun, it could be a rocket launcher. It just sounds like somebody's cocking a weapon.
All right. I'm going to keep creeping up the stairs.
Okay, go ahead and roll me another sneak agility. Fingers crossed for you. You want to spend another AP?
4 AP. What do you guys think? I'll take a -2 from chat.
Okay.
I'll go that route.
This -2 comes from... No, you cannot, because the next one is your
Oh.
own.
Oh, son of a bitch.
All right. You guys, what do you think about spending AP?
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah.
One's good. Yeah, we got a bunch.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
carrying
Yeah,
over from the
we'll go.
previous session, so you guys are actually doing pretty solid for that. We started with 5.
Oh, good. I used that.
Oh, no.
One success.
Oh, good.
So you got a 15, a 2, and a 19, and this was a DB2 test. So we have one success and one failure. And as you're coming up the stairs, again, you're pretty quiet on your way up. But instead of the actual like stairs crumbling underneath you, you knock over what seems to be like a pile of old cans of Pocari Sweat as they just kind of ting 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 ting. Oh, sorry. Pocari Sweat is the Gatorade of Asia. It is tastier, better for you, has more electrolytes, and doesn't cause internal damage. So Pocari Sweat, if you can buy it, buy it. It's good. I swear by this stuff. It's also a hangover cure. Like, I'm serious. Drink a half bottle of it while you're drinking. When you wake up, you mix that half bottle with water and drink the whole thing, and literally it will annihilate any hangover you have. I was able to get off a hangover from Gaulion with this stuff, so it's magic. So yeah, you knock over a couple of cans that go ting 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 back down the stairs, and the four of you, as you're coming up the stairs from that basement corridor, you hear the tink 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 as this can comes down the stairs and rolls off into that main passageway, and you have no idea that it was Jianyu that has knocked this over. So you just see this falling can down the stairs.
My hand darts out to Camacho's shoulder to stop. Everyone stop.
So Val, you're in the top of the initiative. You see Sean stopping Camacho. You hear this and see this can coming down that stairway. What are you doing?
Val has his rifle out. Val is going to listen intently, I guess.
All right, go ahead and give me
Is the best way to describe it.
Perception survival. A critical success. Woo! So that's 1 AP back. You actually you look at the can, and then you just slowly look up the stairs, and you can see the back of a backpack over the banister of that railing there. It's again this is like solid concrete and cement. But go ahead and give me what is your intelligence?
7.
All right, roll me 1d20. Just do an intelligence roll. I don't think you can just do intelligence by itself, but just roll me 1d20. You do not know whose backpack that is, but you can see a backpack up those stairs. Sean, you've stopped Camacho. Before I even ask Camacho for a roll, agility sneak, a 14 and a 20. How is this
Rerolling. I'm rerolling.
We're the best. We're the best.
You guys would
I could
win
use-
so hard at D&D.
Yeah. I could use some of these 20s come Sunday. I would
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously. But no, we'll get all ones when we play D&D.
19. Oh my lord. So you stopped
Still not a
Camacho, but Camacho does not seem to be very sneaky right now. She's like, "What?" She turns around and openly talks to you.
Look what you made me do.
Fucking amateurs. I'll try and move like where we are now. It's less dark, I would assume.
Yeah, you're
above
almost
ground.
all the way up those stairs from the basement, but you stopped Camacho, so you're a couple of stairs short of the ground floor. And Jianyu is almost all the way up the stairs to get to the second floor, and you can see the outline of his backpack over the side of that banister.
I will.
But you don't know it's him.
I will move around Camacho and attempt to sneak up behind the backpack figure to see who it is.
Go for it.
Weapon drop. Hey. 2 successes.
All right. After a moment, Gianni, you're up those stairs and you don't hear it, but you have Sean's head poke up just right next to yours, as he's there at the top of the stairs. Fucking amateurs.
Yeah. Had it not been you, it would have been a gun barrel to the back of your head instead. But I'm sure I recognise you as I come around the corner. Right. What are we crouched here for?
There are people up there. They're talking. They know we're here.
All right, so you guys are talking to
Just
each other
power.
right now. I'm gonna roll perception check.
Whispering.
Whispering, but
Yes, I'm aware.
Okay, that's fine.
Dude,
Go
you
ahead.
need a better poker face.
Oh, I don't have a poker face.
Thank you.
That's why I win at poker when I played it in the past, is I have no poker face and people just fucking gave up when I got a good hand. It's wonderful. So, continue your conversation. Go ahead. What were you saying? There's people over there.
there's people up there. They know we're here because of the power.
And I will look towards the direction. Was that like up the stairs?
Yeah, I
We're
kinda
we're-
like-
We're like
Head nudged.
in a stairwell right now, right?
It's not a stairwell, it's all open air. But you're a couple of stairs short,
Okay.
and it was you had not heard them, but Gianni had heard the voices from the right hand side.
Oh, and they're armed.
I look around, just where I'm knelt. Is there like loose rubble or anything just lying around that I could pick up?
I mean, probably a little bit of trash on the ground. There's always trash. It is
Yeah,
a
that's fine.
post-apocalyptic setting, after all. It's
Yeah,
always trash.
it's like a can or something, and they said it was, so we were out in the open air, so this is like an open area.
Try that again?
We're out in the open air, so there's like an open area
No, so
at the top. Of the stairs.
I sent you guys before
get
that
control.
address on the Discord channel. What I'm actually going to do right now is I'm going to pull it back up and I'll show the audience what the heck I'm talking about. And then I'll toss the link over to you guys as well. Because Taiwan is very, very unique in how they design their schools. Again, it's mostly outdoors because here in the summer, it gets outrageously hot, like outrageously so. So most of our buildings have like a buttload of windows, and most of them are like outdoor areas when you're dealing with like government buildings and schools. So we've got Sun Moon Lake right here. Make sure I've got the right area. There's the school. There we go. Mingtan Junior High School, Sun Moon Lake. So let me pull up a picture of the front walkway because it's pretty cool design. Oh, and I'll drop the link into our Discord for you guys so you can check it out.
Ooh.
Fallout. Ooh. Pictures. That's one of the teachers standing in the front of the school, and let me see if I can get that awesome 360 view that I had earlier. There we go. So if you are on our Twitch or on YouTube right now, you can see the front of the school kind of right now. No, you can't because, oh my lord. Okay, give me 1 second. There we go. So this right here is the front of the school. Zoom out a little bit. So this is the front of the school, and you can see that there's like that middle passageway that's in the middle. It's got this kind of like glass up in the front, and then they have these outdoor stairs. And if we zoom in on that picture a little bit, you can see the design here is that the stairs go up into that corridor, and the corridor is all outside, and the rooms themselves are the parts that are enclosed. And so right now, if you're looking at the Twitch stream, Jianyu is on that left-hand side, up at the top of those stairs, and the noise is coming from the right. So, now that I've got that little explanation and that picture there, what are you gonna do? Ghostbusters.
Grab whatever detritus you mentioned might be around Sean's feet and fling it into what I hope is the line of fire for whoever's out there, to see if I can provoke them into revealing their position. Or to see if I just want to see their reaction, if anything. See if they shoot.
Before I continue, what is detritus?
Just crap that's lying around on the ground.
Garbage. Junk.
Yeah.
Okay, the
Trash.
garbage.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I was like, what?
That's
What?
right.
All right, so you pick up a piece of the detritus? Is that how you say it? Detritus?
Yeah.
Okay, so you pick up a piece of the detritus. I learn a new word every day. This is awesome. And you fling it up into the hallway, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't even because we're at the top, and from what Gianni's told me, they're off to the sound came from off to the right. So I would literally probably not. I wouldn't want to poke myself out and reveal myself. I'd be grabbing a piece and just kind of around the corner to see if that provokes any sort of reaction from anyone around me.
All right. Number one, what is your luck?
My luck score is a 4.
All right, go ahead and roll me 1d20.
All right.
So you're able to find like some old like trash wrappers and some paper and kind of put it into a ball, and you're able to kind of throw it over into the corridor. It hits the ground in the corridor and rolls. It doesn't make very much noise. But you said you wanted to look around and see if there was a reaction to it?
No, I was listening. I intentionally did not want to put any of. I wanted to hear to see if they would like jerk react and fire at whatever came out.
All right, go ahead and roll me a perception survival check.
Yeah. Hey.
So you throw that trash up the corridor, and it kind of hits the ground. There's not very much noise from it, but you can hear from the whispering inside the corridor, because it's echoing a little bit. You can hear them say like, "Oh shit, did you hear that? What was that? What was that? Fuck, you go check. No, you go check. I don't want to fucking check. God damn it! What the?" And you hear them arguing with each other about who's going to go check.
At that point, I will, with my back to that sort of piece of wall, I suppose, that's at the top of the stairs that we're hiding behind, I will kind of stand, but with my back to it, and just aim the pistol, see who comes around the corner, and I'll wait.
All right. So we've got Camacho, we've got Minsky, and we've got Val. The three of you have come up. You're at the top of those stairs right before the ground level. You see Sean going up, and you see him interact very briefly with that bag that's up the top of the stairs, and then you see this hand just go like that. You see this piece of trash fly out of it. What are you guys doing?
I think Val would point to Camacho and point kind of like up the stairs, and then he would turn around and take an overwatch position for the rest of the room.
Try that again. Repeat that.
He would point to Camacho and tell Camacho to go up the stairs to
Okay.
be next to Sean, and then he would stay down there and take an overwatch position for both, upstairs and also I assume the front door is right.
Well, there's no door.
We're here.
It's all outdoors.
Or are we outside?
You're outside.
I think I'm still confused. Okay, so we're half outside, half inside.
Yeah.
Got it. So then, yeah, he would watch the rest of the field and to make sure that there's no I don't know, war party approaching.
A war party.
I mean,
that's
there
what
is a
you're looking
battle
for?
cattle.
Yeah, he's just trying to cover all the angles,
All
just to
right.
make sure that there's nobody coming at us from outside.
Go ahead and roll me perception survival. It's always perception survival.
It's always perception survival. I'm gonna use an AP because we have to survive.
Yes.
This is comical.
We're like the Three Stooges.
There's a lot of -2s in there.
I mean, there are.
I'm
What do
gonna
you
use
want to
them.
do?
I would like to use at least one of them,
Well, it'll
so
be
that I
two.
don't have to. Oh yeah, I meant a pair of them,
All right. So these two
so
come
that I
from
don't have to deal with this nonsense.
Stink Palm and from RC Walker Nexus. So thank you to both of you. And it's not nonsense. It's random. Even though statistically you guys are the most ridiculous anomaly I have ever seen on stream. I literally don't understand what the probability is at this point because this is fucking
My
ridiculous.
brain, baby.
No,
Um,
but that's why we're awesome.
yeah, that's it.
Makes us unique.
Yeah.
Somebody, when you get the chance, go back over the campaign from the beginning and count
how many
the critical
20s.
fails.
Yeah.
Count the critical fails. Yeah.
I wonder if there's
Count
a way
the
you
critical
could
fails versus the number of dice rolled.
Yeah.
I do wonder if there's a way that you could export that data.
Sure there
if
is.
there's a log of everything. Yeah.
It's probably like a macro.
Somebody call Roll20
call roll.
because I don't want to do it.
We're gonna find out.
Oh, here, yeah. Let me go into my settings on here and let me make everything 20s. Yeah, I'll uncheck that. Sorry. So you have a 3, now a 17, and a 19, and your DV was a 2 to adequately see all of the stuff you were trying to look for. So the 19 falls into our critical failure as well. But
Oh shit.
which one are you looking for first? Are you looking up the stairs area around there, or are you going to look out into the field first? Which one?
Up the stairs while Camacho goes up is first, and then once he knows that she is up there and has Sean's back, he's gonna keep watch out. I keep saying out the front door, but out into
Out the
the
front.
open area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you tell Camacho go be with Sean. You look around that area, and then as soon as you turn around to look at the field, mosquito flies straight in your eye.
Oh fuck. God. Right. Fuck. What?
Minsky.
I hate it here.
Oh, we haven't even gotten to the gnats yet, man. Don't even get me started on the gnats. Oh fuck. Those things are evil.
Yeah. Especially if you use my entry I made for Nat.
Oh, I have it saved.
Yeah, those are evil.
Yep. Minsky.
So I was looking in the rule book,
Mhm.
and I'm not sure how I recover from injuries.
Good point.
Good question. You obviously can't be immune to injuries. That would be ridiculous.
Right.
So on page number 34.
Although that was my first thought.
Because I double checked this after previous stream. It says on here, passing your test for the intelligence repair restores health points equal to your repair rating, treats an injury, or stabilizes a dying machine. So, if you do the intelligence repair, you can do one of those three. Either heal number equal to your repair rating, treat an injury, or stabilizing a dying machine. And you've already died in the past, but you can't really stabilize
So
yourself.
it's the same as
Pretty much.
the medicine check, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just using repair.
And then-
So that makes sense.
Yeah, for treating it, but how to recover from the injury.
Yeah, so like if Val has both of his legs treated right now, but they're not healed yet.
So that has to do
Correct.
with the next paragraph on here. So they talk about on here, machines cannot use chems, though repair kit functions for machines as stim packs do for living characters. And it continues on that machines cannot heal through eating, drinking, rest, or medical attention. Outside of combat, an hour's work on a damaged machine restores HP equal to twice the repair skill rating. And in that regard, I think they're talking about the HP, or same as before with the intelligence repair, it can not like treat, but restore that injury. So you can do that for using 1 hour of intelligence plus repair outside of combat. And it'll be a DV equal to the number of injuries that you have.
So 5. All right, I'm not going to do that right now.
You have 5 injuries? I thought it was 3.
Well, it's 2 plus the number of injuries.
There's 3 injuries.
Which is why, like, everyone had to help repair me.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna join Val in keeping a lookout.
All right. Go ahead and give me a perception survival check. It's a DV2, but since you have your eye stalks, it's a DV1 for you. Val, that's what you need to do. You need to grow eye stalks. That'll solve all your problems. Minsky, you see jack shit.
Very good, very good.
As you come up, your sensors seem to be a little overloaded from transitioning from the dark light to the light. As the day is slowly progressing, you know, because you have this internal clock, you know that it's now about like 9-ish o'clock in the morning. And around 9 o'clock, like if any of you guys have ever lived in Japan, South Korea, or Taiwan, like 9 a.m. is fucking blinding. It's insane. Like 8 to 9 during peak commute hours, it's evil. I hate it. I love sunrise, but my god, commuter sun is evil. So enough with my rant. Camacho, are you taking Val's advice to go join Sean at the top of the stairs, or what are you doing?
Oh, first off, like I lived in Korea for 2 years, so I rarely ever saw that those hours because I worked reverse shifts.
Oh,
But night flights for air crews, brutal.
that's still pretty cool though.
Um,
My god.
Yeah.
So
Sorry,
I will,
Raven. I'm just interrupting you here really quick, just to let you know, like
What's up?
you're a resident badass. Like don't forget that. Like you're the badass who's been working in the military with like fucking helicopters and shit. So just it's even saying like, oh, it's night shifts. It's like horrible. We're all just still like, wow. So just
hanging
keep
outside
that
of
in mind.
helicopters. Yep.
Fucking badass. So Camacho, Raven, our badass, Calamity, however you want to go, what would you like to do?
How many -2s do we have in the chat?
We
Cool.
have 8, and the first half of them are from Vampire Bites. You gave 1 to
May I
each of you.
May I take 2 of them?
1.
1. Oh, okay. I'll take 1. And I will attempt again to sneak up the stairs and wherever the sound is coming from, or where we think this might be our encounter might be.
It's like sneak up those stairs, trying to go towards the noise.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead.
Torch in hand, leading the way. Gun. My.
Oh, wait, hold on. You're still holding the torch. All right. So this is not going to be a DB2. This is going to be a DB3. Do you want to use an AP? Or do you want to put the torch down? Because it's literally a stick on fire, so it's kind of hard to sneak with that.
We're out in the open now, so you probably don't need it, to be fair.
Okay, I'll put it down.
Okay. All right, so DB2. And sorry, folks, I keep forgetting to let you guys know ahead of time what the DBs are, so my apologies. All right, so you are a little sneaky. You're not completely silent, but you're able to quietly enough get up those stairs. And you see Val, or sorry, not Val. You see Jianyu and Sean there at the top of the stairs. Sean's backed up against that wall, gun trained, doo-doo-doo, just waiting. And you've got Jianyu kind of crouched there.
I just whisper to them, what are we looking at?
Yes. I'm waiting to see if they're... Which idiot is going to come out first? The gun, my arm is now outstretched and the gun is literally aimed. It's behind the wall still. But the moment one of them appears, the intention is that the silencer will be basically next to their temple. And then I'll go from there, see how they react.
So you're not readying an action to fire? Blindly at whoever comes around the corner, like before?
I'd rather get them to give up and then perhaps give us some information. So
Okay.
if I can get the drop on him, I might convince him to give up first.
And Gianni, you've now got backup. You got Sean and you got Camacho there. What are you doing? Gianni, man, the science guy.
Raiders in Taiwan Fallout, are they like raiders in normal Fallout? Do they tend to have like pikes and heads and bodies and things like that around? So there's no like indications of like really nasty stuff, you know. No meat bags or like.
Well, meat bags are super mutants.
Decapitated. Yeah, but
I mean,
no
unless you're talking
bodies.
about Mad Queen, she might have a meat bag somewhere. Yeah, cannibalism. When it comes to the Raiders in this regard, as you guys already know, if you've played any of the Fallout games in the past, Raiders and Bandits don't always have that crazy stuff. Only like the psychotic ones, the psychos. They're the ones that put heads on pikes and stuff like that. But most Raiders and Bandits are just dressed like normal people. They're wastelanders just trying to survive, and they mug people when they have to mug them. So, but you don't see any of.
And I only heard two
things here.
I only heard two voices, right?
From what you heard two voices. Yes.
All right. Well, we're going to screw it up anyways. So, I mean, Sean said he's waiting for one of the idiots to come out. I guess I could be that idiot. I'm going to step out and I'm going to call out to him. And,
I didn't mean you lot, I meant one of them.
So I'm just in the back of my head, the headcanon that just popped into it is that Jianyu just stands up literally right in front of the silencer.
And Camacho's just like, oh, not again, Sean.
But so you're gonna stand up?
Yeah, I'm gonna stand up and step out into the hall.
Okay.
With my gun, like, you know, up, but in my hand.
Okay.
And I'm gonna yell out that I know you're here. I heard you. I know you're armed. We're armed too.
All right.
Come out and talk.
Go ahead and roll me speech charisma. because there is no intimidation roll.
I'm not really trying to intimidate. I just want them to come out and talk because I'm sick of sneaking. I mean, next thing I know, like the whole building's gonna fall on top of me for a sneak roll. Charisma, speech. Actually, you know what? Now this is a spot where I am going to burn a luck to use luck on this.
Okay.
And I am going to drop an AP on it.
All right.
And then I'm going to roll all 20s.
Actually, no. You got a 13, a 12, and a 4. 2 successes. So you're calling out into this hallway like, I know you're here. Come out. Come out. What did you say? Like with your hands up or unarmed?
Come out. No, come out and talk.
Come out and talk.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're calling this out down the hallway, and as because we're about to take our bio break, we're an hour and a half in, about halfway. As you're calling this down the hallway, you can see very, very slowly poking out of one of the ajar doors. Since we have detritus now, I'm going to use ajar. So one of the ajar doors. You see poking out from the door itself is first this crossbow that comes out. It doesn't look very large, but it is loaded. It is a homemade crossbow, and it slowly turns and points over to you before you see pop out from that area the face of a child. Now, we're going to take our bio break right now. We will see all of you folks in a few minutes. I'm going to keep our microphones on as Jianyu here thinks about what he's going to do now that he is trying to intimidate children. See you folks in a few.
I wasn't intimidating. I called him out.
Well, now we just know that it's easier.
Yeah.
I haven't even threatened them yet.
Yeah.
Now it's easier. They're just crib midgets. No worries. See you folks in a few.
We know Sean's just gonna pop out and be like, "Bam! All right, got him." He's got a nice crossbow too.
Problem solved. I'll be right back, folks.
I wasn't rejoicing in your potential demise, there, Stink Palm.
I was.
Oh, it's fine. You saw my tweet earlier today.
You're morbidly masochistic, that's why.
No, I've just come to accept that our fate is to roll like botches constantly, and that we're gonna like stumble through this hellscape, maybe live a little bit, but we probably will just get ourselves killed. So
Cap is commenting from the peanut gallery. Potential demise. Yeah, he could have freaking stepped up and got his melon freaking splattered from whatever weapon system that they have.
that was a possibility.
Of course, then they would whoever did that would suffer a hail of bullets.
Mm-hmm. Now, hopefully, there's not too many of them, but you know, I don't know. I have you and Sean backing me up, so
Sean's combo and rolled up with my combo.
yeah. You're auto firing. Mm-hmm.
We'd paint the hallway with their blood.
If I get really desperate in a fight, I have a dose of overdrive. I might slam into one of you guys. That gives you like a bonus on damage and lets you reroll like 3 or 4 damage dice on every attack.
That's physical though, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's a chem. No, it's overdrive's crazy. Plus 3 damage to all attacks. Maybe roll up to 3 combat dice per damage roll. And it's lasting. It's a whole scene.
Okay, I would think that would be
I rolled
physical attack.
I've got a small guns of 14, and I've got gun food. But
Nice.
Sean's really good at killing people, and that's about it.
Well, unfortunately, we're going to find out that Xianyu is not really eloquent, so, you know.
Well, that's I mean, let me just check. But that's basically Sean's other main ability. Yeah, charisma 8, speech 3, and I've got speech tagged as well.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, I actually have, like, charisma 4, but I have 2 points of speech, which I kind of figured was, like, my guy doesn't really get people, but he knows, like, the social rules and, like, kind of adheres to those. It's kind of how I'm interpreting. He's kind of mechanical about it.
The scientist is an introvert, that's why.
Exactly.
Cap made a comment. What, the scientist doesn't have good social skills? Not when you're not when you're introverted and you freaking don't like talking to people. The outside world is scary. That's why you only talk to the voices in your head. Oh, wrong game.
We have another bullet here. I'll be right back.
Of course. She's all they're always with me. Part of my psyche. Little devil on my shoulder that always says freaking slay them all. Oh, you went to go get the book, huh?
Check it out.
I saw that. Yeah, that's.
Oh yeah. Is there a weird question? Is there a Nuka-Cola recipe in there? I'm just curious if that was something that they
Yes,
included.
there is.
Really?
Let's see. So Nuka-Cola 165. Let's see what Nuka-Cola is. Nuka-Cola. Let's see. 2 cups of water, 3 cups of sugar, zest and juice of half an orange, zest and juice of half a lime, zest and juice of half a lemon, cinnamon stick, 3 cardamom pods, a half teaspoon of coriander seed, 2 star anise, a quarter cup of browning sauce, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract.
That was so much more complicated than I thought it was going to be.
Same.
I was just I expected like you get a Coke and then like you boil it and throw like a pepper in it or something. I don't know what I was expecting. It wasn't
I was
that.
expecting something like that. I was like, yeah, they're gonna tell me to take a Coke and like add a wedge of lime or something.
Yeah.
A little bit of radiator fluid in it, and no.
Mm. To really taste the radiator fluid. I mean, as long as it's super thaw, you know. You don't want to get the cheap stuff. Yeah, they even have perfectly preserved pie. I actually got that in Fallout 4 once.
It's literally, the item's literally called preserved pie, isn't it?
Man, we are getting some inclement weather out there, right, Meow? Ugh. And Australis, send that to me in a whisper, and I will post it up. Oh, there's a new icon? What is this? Oh, I got an icon on here. That's cool. Okay. I gotta reload my Twitch, because now it's erroring at me. Hold on. It does not like whispers right now, I guess. That is all right, yeah, because whatchamacallit, Modifius. Okay, cool. Yeah, so drive through RPG and then stoneworker cartography. Let's copy that. Boop and boop. You did not kill my thing. You're all good, Australis. But it is not liking your link. Let's try that again. There we go. Alright, so drive through RPG, stoneworker cartography. I need to click this and check out what the heck. Because I'm so curious. I love battle maps.
Far too much money on Drive Through RPG. My account is ridiculous.
They are all free. Oh my god. Oh, I'm drooling.
Free battle mats?
Oh yeah.
That's a problem.
Outpost, raider camps, military bunker, wasteland ruin. Oh my lord.
I have those.
Australis, if I could make you a VIP right now, I would. Thank you so much. Instead, here you go. There, I'll give you a little heart. Thank you. You just... Oh. I don't have these because I am lame. I used to have some in the Sirenscape. Yes, I remember that, but I didn't have them because I suck. What I did instead is I was constantly bugging Red Dragon, also known as Valstoys. I was always bugging him, and then he, got a damn good job and stopped making maps, so now I'm screwed. So, yeah.
Oh, jeez. Go get a real job and, not do stuff for you?
Oh.
Terrible.
Mercy Walker, wait, what? Yes, free battle maps. I just posted that link on there. Check it out. So we are back in. We saw this little head and this crossbow pop around the corner, aimed directly over at Jianyu. Oh, Stiletto Assassin just popped into chat. Hi there. I was talking about you guys a little bit earlier, and I dropped the Modifius Discord in our links a little bit earlier. I'll be dropping them again at the end of the session. But welcome in, welcome in. Glad to have you. So we've got this little head popping out, and he is pointing this crossbow straight over at Jianyu. Now, before we jump to Jianyu, we have to jump over to our again split party.
That split.
Val and Minsky, you are down on ground floor, looking around. Val, you just got a mosquito out of your eye, and Minsky, you were so consternated that you could not focus. So Val, what are you doing?
Val is going to not really do it. Besides get the mosquito out of his eye, not really do anything. He's just gonna continue to keep watch while the rest of them upstairs handle whatever weird thing is happening up there.
Well, you got the mosquito out of your eye, so it's out. It was just the rest of that turn. So what do you want to do? Do you want to roll a perception survival check?
Can I make a repair check for Minsky?
I mean, sure. Yeah, intelligence repair.
Can I try to
DV5?
DB5? Yeah, we don't got time for that. I don't even know
In
if it's
1
possible
hour.
for me to hit that. No, I think that's separate, isn't it? I'll have to read that
That's
again.
that's
maybe.
just outside of combat.
Yeah,
You're not in combat.
that's like a
To heal double the repair. Otherwise it's just a first aid action, isn't it?
int plus repair. 5 DB5. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna make a perception survival check because ain't nobody got
Okay.
time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
How? That's all I want to know. How is this possible? How?
I'm gonna have to go back through the history and count this crap up and figure out the probabilities. Because, like every other roll's a crit fail.
This is pure insanity. Val, do you have your dice set so that you're always rolling 20s because you GM?
Yeah, hold on. Maybe they're all dice options. Let's see. It has enable advanced dice. I'm gonna turn that off.
Dice
that-
options. Fudge my rolls.
Oh, the enable advanced dice will disable your Fallout dice, so don't disable
No,
that.
never mind. Yeah.
I'm gonna enable 3D dice. What the hell is that?
Oh, those are little dice that roll across the screen.
Ah, that is so cute! Oh my god! Okay. Wow, I'm really amused by that. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna turn that off so I don't get so ungodly distracted. Okay. So, you get another mosquito now in your other eye.
All right, cool. So I'm double mosquito eye boy right now.
Yeah, your
And,
eyes are a little swollen now. Yeah, you're not.
I think Val just like sits down. He was like taking a knee and like kind of like doing this Overwatch thing, and now he's just like, you know what? Fuck, I'm just gonna sit down.
Just you put the gun away and just sit crisscross
He's just like,
applesauce.
what, dude?
and
I
just
fucking
fuck it.
I fucking hate it here.
As you're rubbing your eyes. All right. So, Minsky, what are you doing as Val puts away his gun and literally sits down on the floor, giving up on life?
Minsky's just gonna try and keep looking.
All right,
Around.
go ahead and give me perception, survival, and no crit fails for the love of God. Come on, roll 20. Don't be a dick.
Oh.
Okay, they were blank there for a second. I was like, what
Yeah,
the
right,
hell just
look.
happened?
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, alright, so 9 and a 16. I think it's because both you and I, Val, clicked off the enable advanced dice, and then we clicked it back on. Alright, so 9
I
and
think it's
16.
actually.
Go ahead.
I think it's because I had just temporarily enabled those 3D dice.
Oh, okay.
So I turned that right back off.
You were also being amused with them. They are cute. That's actually one thing.
Can I use
Go ahead.
a couple -2s, maybe?
You can use 1 -2.
Yeah, I'll use that to get the 7.
Or sorry, yeah, you're right. A couple -2s to yeah, because it's retroactive. All right, both of these come from Vampire Bites. Thank you, Vampire. Fallout Wasteland Warfare is what? Ice Stiletto. Oh, got me another coffee. I'm a little confused with what's going on in chat. Always coffee. Always coffee. We'll say that. So jealous. Pizza. I am jealous as well, but I do have my bagel chips, and I am enjoying these thoroughly. Imported. So yeah, you have 1 success, Minsky. Your success, what are you looking at? What direction are you looking at? Are you looking out? You looking up?
I'm looking outside.
Okay.
Just to see if anything's in the area.
Yeah, you can see Minsky's eye stalks can see out there because it's a DV1. You got 1 success, so yay. You're able to see out into that field, and you can see Dynamo out there still just chomping on that tall ass grass very contentedly. But you can also see what seems to be some kind of storm front off in the distance, slowly making its way towards you all. It does not seem to be coming anytime soon, but it does look as if there's going to be an oncoming heavy rainstorm soon.
All right, so yeah, he's just gonna say to Val, whatever they're doing up there, we should probably not waste too much time. We're gonna have to find somewhere to shack up in the near future here.
Alright, well, this is a roof, so this is fine.
As he rubs his eyes again.
Yeah, just like, fucking, it doesn't matter. It never matters.
Nothing matters. Right. So we have upstairs on our stairway. Sean, you see Jianyu just step out into the open, right in front of where your silenced pistol is aiming. What do? Do you pull the trigger or step back? What? It's up to you.
However much I'm tempted to, I will not fire.
Oh.
Thank you.
I will wait to see what Jianyu bloody well thinks he's playing at. I don't think there's anything to be gained by taking any action here, so I'll just wait.
Sounds good. Are you writing an action? Are you rallying? What do you want to do?
That's a good point, actually. Yeah. I forget there's stuff you can do while you're not doing anything. Oh yeah, might as well rally. Was that endurance survival check?
Right. I don't remember. It's on here though because yay, rally. Endurance plus survival DR0 generates AP. I forgot that I put it on our little battle map thing here. So yeah.
And I managed to get
critical failure.
I
Par for the course.
Sweet. So I
feel like that would just give Caps a AP. The crit fail, and then the 2 would go to us.
Yeah. So what do you want to do? I'll take that as an option. I can give you the option of nobody gets any AP, or maybe you cough. I don't know. What do you want, Sean? I get an AP, you guys get
Yeah.
2 AP, nobody gets any AP,
Do that one. That second one.
nobody gets any AP.
No, we get 2, you get 1.
Yeah, so I would receive 1 AP and you guys would receive the 2 because that was a critical success.
Yeah, let's do that.
Alright. So you guys get 2 AP, boom, and boom, and I get 1 AP, and I am now stacked up at 6, which is exactly what I was waiting for, so thank you. I appreciate the suggestion, Gianni. Very helpful. Alright, so
Well, you can all like.
you rally, and the world around you seems a little bit more dangerous.
Good time.
Good times.
That's how Sean likes it. That's how Sean likes it. It's fine.
He likes it
Right.
dangerous. Ooh, wait.
Yeah.
Speaking of dangerous, Gianni, you have a crossbow pointed at you from a small doorway, just a little bit ahead of you. It is a close range. What do you do?
I say we don't want to fight you. I say I don't want to fight you, and I'd prefer we don't fight. So the guy behind me probably would be just fine killing the lot of you. So why don't you just lower your weapons and nobody point guns or weapons at each other? You know, talk like civilized human beings, maybe, you know, introduce ourselves. Sit down, make some tea.
Roll me charisma speech, please.
And this is where I die. All right. I am dropping a luck to
Okay.
use luck on this.
Okay. You want to use an AP?
I'm going to use 1 AP.
Okay. Do you want a -2?
And I probably should take a -2 just in case.
All right. So everything.
Why not?
So
Let's do it.
It's gonna be 3 20s.
It's going to be all 20s. Yeah, totally.
Wow.
Oh yeah, baby.
Alright,
Nice.
So we got a 7 to 7 and a 16 down to a 14. So yeah, you are successfully parlaying with this this small child. What language are you speaking in?
Taiwanese?
You want to use Taiwanese? Or
I'm
Mandarin? Or
suspecting.
English?
I mean, I guess, is Mandarin more, like, spoken more, generally, on the island?
I mean, when you were growing up in Taiwan, it was mostly Japanese. Kids that were speaking in Taiwanese and Mandarin would get beaten.
But I mean, like, most of the people that I've met from the island in the
Since
last
then,
several years.
You've encountered both Mandarin and Taiwanese.
I'm gonna go Taiwanese.
Okay. What is your luck?
10.
All right, let me roll 1 second. I got a 9. So he looks over at you, and this little child looks up. The crossbow is still very much so pointed at you, and he says, "I don't want to fight either, but you've got a gun."
I'm not aiming it at you. So why don't you not aim at me? Not asking you to put it down.
All right, and you got a successful speech check. He slowly aims the crossbow down towards the ground, and he says, "I'm just trying to make sure I keep my sister safe."
Well, we don't want to hurt you. I'm letting my Brahmin eat a little bit of food, and then we'll move on.
The little boy looks over. He can't see out into the field. He's like, "There's a moo out there."
Yep. You can pet her if you want.
That would be nice, but. And he turns around. He starts whispering a little bit into this small room. Go ahead and roll me. You, Sean, and Camacho, the three of you, please roll me a perception survival check.
I think Camacho can hear what they're thinking.
Yeah, so Camacho actually generates an AP from that, so excellent job, Camacho. John, you don't hear what they're whispering. Sean can hear a little bit, and Camacho is able to detect their thoughts. And as this little boy turns around and starts whispering back into the room, again, Gianni, you don't hear this, but Sean and Camacho, you somehow can. And you hear him say, there's a man in the hallway, and he's offering to let us pet a moo downstairs. Do you want to go? And you hear just a quiet response from another voice inside of the room. It's like, my hand still hurts. I don't want to pet a moo. I just want to go home. And that's their little conversation. And Camacho, what are you doing? You hear Gianni trying to parlay with a little kiddo in the hallway. He says he's not pointing his gun at him. You don't know if the crossbow is still pointed or not, but you do hear the two of them talking quietly in the little room.
I'm gonna cautiously advance up to where Gianni is, tap him on the shoulder and just tell him they're children. One of them sounds like they're hurt.
I just nod. And I'm gonna slowly put away my gun while this is going on.
I will not. I'm gonna keep mine at the ready in case they get crazy. But go see how they are. I'll keep it covered.
So Camacho, you just stand there pointing your gun at the little boy's head.
And not actively drawn, just at the ready.
Okay. So you keep your gun out, but you don't point it, while Gianni is putting his away.
Yep.
All right. Now downstairs, we've got fucking split parties. I swear to God. We've got Val and Minsky. Val, you've just kind of given up on life. You're sitting there as Minsky is quietly bobbing up and down, staring out at the field, just watching Dynamo munch, and giving you a heads up about finding some shelter. What are you gonna do?
Oh, right. We should probably bring the cow in here. And he looks up at Minsky and he goes, right? Like, that seems like something. They seem busy. I'd hate to acid rain on the cow.
I mean,
Because there is like an overhang where we are, right?
Yeah.
We're like inside outside.
Yeah.
And the cow would fit.
Let me look at that picture again. Hold on. I'm not really sure. Yeah, actually, yeah, cow would fit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's wide enough for
Then,
probably like 4 people to stand side by side.
So we can hear them having this conversation, but can we actually hear what the conversation is?
Roll perception, survival, please. And don't get another crit fail, please.
Listen, I can't control what happens with these dice. Fuck yeah.
You can hear every single word. It's echoing
Okay.
down that corridor. Everything that they're saying, including little kids, somehow. You can hear the kids through an open window upstairs. You can hear them.
And I know all their birthdays and...
Yeah, you can read their minds, and so can fucking Minsky.
Yeah.
God damn, you guys just filled AP back up.
Yeah, dude, 1s and 20s. What the fuck?
Yeah. We got a 6, a 1, a 1, and a 10. So yeah, that's...
So Val will look at Minsky and say, well, hurt kid, that's your area of expertise. I'll go pluck around with the cow. And he gets up to go get Dynamo, basically.
So the cowpoke is going to go fuck around with the Brahmin?
Yeah, sure.
Be gentle with her. She likes dulcet tones.
Right, all right.
You could try singing.
Yeah, Val could try singing when he makes his way over there.
Oh, Val. Oh, I meant the dulcet tone Minsky.
No, Minsky could also try singing when he fixes that kid.
Yes, that is also an opportunity.
Lots of opportunities to sing.
Yeah. Always opportunities to sing, Minsky. So, Val, you start heading over towards Dynamo out in the field. Minsky, what are you doing?
Overhearing the conversation upstairs, Minsky is gonna probably start heading on up to see if he can't help.
Mhm. Mhm. Give me 1 second. That's what I thought. Okay, so, Val. How are you walking over to the Brahmin? The Brahmin is on the other side of this pretty overgrown field. Are you going to walk through the field or around the field on the broken track?
Overgrown. Well, he's in the middle of the field. Dynamo's in the middle of the field, right?
Dynamo is kind of in the field, mostly on the edge, but is on the other side.
Oh, then no, he would walk around. He wouldn't walk through the field.
Okay.
That's a surefire way to get, because it's like high grass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
That's why I'm checking. That sounds so wrong, dude. Shame on you. That is my job, is to say all of the wrong things and showcase dead children being chained up by underworld deities. Okay, that's my job, man. That's my job. Thank God Dynamo ain't a sheep. Holy crap. All right, that's even worse than me. Okay. Hats off. So we have Minsky heading upstairs. Which staircase are you going up? Are you going to go up on the one that Camacho and Sean and Gianni have gone up, or are you going to go up the one that Gianni had broken a little bit?
I would just go up the one that Camacho and Sean went up.
Okay. So, Val, you're heading out into this field. Minsky, you're heading upstairs. Sean, you see Minsky bob up like right behind you, and so he's now off on your left-hand side, coming up those stairs. What are you doing? You hear these kiddos.
At this
you
point,
don't hear the kiddos, but you know they're there.
No, I did. I passed the Tiggy test.
Who is it that? Oh, it was Gianni that failed. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
It was me.
And Camacho and Gianni just had a whole conversation in front of me about how these are kids. So I now know these are kids, because I do want to point out that no one told me these were kids, and I was perched behind a wall with a gun, ready to kill whoever came through.
Mm-hmm.
To your credit, you had it at adult head length height.
Yeah.
So they would have walked underneath, and you would have been like, "Oh, obviously, I'm not a monster."
Oh, obviously, I need to aim down.
Yeah. No, I just need to adjust. That's all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
fuck, I got tall.
Hold on 1 second before you
will-
respond. Val, are you drinking milk?
No.
Okay, I thought that was milk for a moment. I was like,
No,
oh,
it's ramen nog.
the Brahmin nog. Sorry about that.
No, that's more sort of off green.
Yeah.
Off yellow.
Yeah, Sean will holster his weapon and step out as to make himself more apparent to the children. because he's actually not a monster and doesn't really want to terrify children. So that's probably a good idea. Let me see here. I'll just call out to them.
Show yourselves, you little monsters.
Little bastards. Are you two here all by yourselves?
You hear the little boy. Well, you don't hear him look up. He looks back up from the room, and you hear him respond as he sees another two adults come out, and he just kind of raises the crossbow again a little bit, almost aimed, but it's at the ready. He's a little scared, and he's like, we're just trying to get home. That's all we're trying to do. We just want to go home.
Sean's pistol is obvious because he's got like the shoulder holster, right? So it is visible, even though it's holstered. And I could probably draw this and fire before you had the chance. So just put the crossbow down, because I don't want to do that. And maybe we can help you.
Go ahead and roll me a speech charisma check, because you told him to put the crossbow down.
Cool.
And RC Walker Nexus is dead in chat, apparently. Wonderful comments. I love it. Oh, there we go. All right, so you've got one success. He doesn't put the crossbow down, but he does kind of lower the tip again back down towards the floor.
Oh, yeah. And Sean kind of, okay, like, he understands. You've been stuck out here for long.
He kind of inhales, and then he looks back over into the room, and he starts whispering again to his sister. And I'll let the three of you make another perception check. Oh, and 4, because Minsky's there too now. Val is the one who has split from the party. God.
I'm trying to unsplit us.
That's what you say. And oh my god! What the fuck? How? How? This should not be possible. We are literally in the millions right now. The millions of percentiles. What the actual fuck? So Jianyu got a 6 and then a critical failure. Sean got a critical failure and a 9. There we go. Camacho 16 and 17. That's better. Minsky 14 and a 6. So Jianyu, Sean. I'm super tempted to just keep throwing mosquitoes at you guys, but like, what's your crit fail gonna be? Because Sean, you didn't even get a success. Are you gonna sneeze?
What do you do for what do you do for hearing stuff other than you don't hear it, which is what you would say if you didn't roll passes? You know what I mean? It's tough, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I have a solution. I can literally do what I wrote down in my own guide. So I mean, if you want me to do what I do, I'll do what I do. But I'm asking you guys.
So for Jianyu, I think I have a success. And usually the complication doesn't take the success, but screws something up. So I think I hear it, but then I have a recurrence of that sneezing attack I had earlier in the field, and I can't talk the next round.
Okay, sure, that's fine. Do you have an idea, Sean, or do you want me to do what I do?
Okay. You know what I'll do, actually? Sean hasn't seen children for a long time.
No, you ran the 3 kids away from your house like 2 days ago.
Ah, yeah, fair enough.
My spies.
Yes. 1 million.
I suppose. All right, so seeing the seeing the kids in like, because these, to be fair, these kids are in a vulnerable predicament.
Yeah.
And like much like Steve Palm just said, he kind of, after he's done talking, he kind of his head a bit, and you guys see him kind of look out, because we're on almost like a balcony, and I can see out into the thing, right? I just start looking out, almost like he's reflecting on something, and I will not be able to move for the next round either.
Okay.
Well, I'm like lost in thought. Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's a lot kinder than me. Because when you guys roll crit fails, just like Val did the other day, when you guys have a crit fail, what it does is it brings a complication into the location. And the complication that you guys just rolled was pretty fucking horrifying. So, yeah, it's a good thing that you just came up with a different idea, because that would have been bad. You guys had one turn until the building collapsed in on you. So, yeah, that would have been really bad.
So, note to self, make a list of possible complications that we can suggest for situations before Cap kills us with them.
I mean, there's lists of them that you can find over on Reddit. You can come up with your own. Chat can give suggestions. The GM can make suggestions. But the way that I did it is that with the Fallout Asia Wasteland reveals, how that is built is that in every single location that you guys go to, according to the core rulebook, every single location has a difficulty rating. It's called the location difficulty. And it's even in the Game Master's kit. They specifically talk about how the location difficulty is 6. Sorry, I'd say it's not 6. It's based off of the size of the location and the type of the location, combined with the number of levels that your players are at. So this location has a potential for 9 complications. And these 9 complications, if you guys roll a critical failure, one of those complications, according to CRB, gets brought in. And so it could be there's a short-circuited electrical wire. It could be you hear TV static coming from another room. It could be a trap on the floor. It could be people popping up. There's literally thousands. I've actually programmed in over 2 million combinations. So there's tons of different possibilities. And it's not always bad. Some of them are actually pretty fucking hilarious. Like, one of them is you trip over a small toolbox that has X in it. And one of them is actually, like, a stack of cash. So, you trip, you're prone, but you now have a stack of cash. So, it's a win-win. I mean, lose-win, but, you know. So, yeah, that's how it works. And that's what I was asking you guys for, is do you have a suggestion or an idea? But otherwise, I roll those. TPK, the mosquitoes are carrying a deadly strain of malaria. No! We actually don't really have malaria here, but we do have that other one. What's that other one? Not West Nile.
Oh, never mind.
No, it's like Tiki something? I don't know. It starts with a T. I can't remember. I haven't even heard about an outbreak here in like 3 years. But either way, so yeah, Sean, you are contemplative. You are staring off into the distance. And Janya, you just start fucking sneezing attack, and Camacho, you don't hear what they are saying. We have Minsky, though, with 1 success, who at this point hears him whisper the little boy over the sneezing. You hear him whispering to his sister that he isn't sure. He's like, I'm not sure we can trust these people. They've got guns. There's a lady too. Maybe they're nice, I'm not sure. And you hear the little girl respond. She's just like, I don't know, I just want to go home. My hand hurts. So, Minsky, what are you doing? Or sorry, no, not Minsky, my bad. Jianyu. I keep forgetting we have our pecking order already established. My bad. Jianyu.
Oh. I'm busy sneezing.
Okay, cool. Minsky.
So yeah, Minsky's gonna lower his buzzsaw arm like straight down, as well as his laser arm, and he's gonna kind of lead with his claw, sort of waving around the corner, and then put it straight up in the air, and come around the corner and say,
It's the claw.
"We come in peace, truly. I heard you are hurt, and I think I could help you. It's my main programming."
What is your luck score?
It is 5.
The little boy looks up and he's like, "What's that?" He has never seen a Mr. Handy before, or a Nurse Handy, or any of that product line, because they are not normal in Taiwan. So he has no idea what the fuck you are.
I'm Minsky. I'm a nurse handy bot. I'm made to heal people.
A Nurse Handy? But I thought that the robots with the hands and the feet took care of people. How could you heal anybody?
I have all sorts of bandages and sutures in my lab coat here.
You're still wearing your lab coat?
Of course.
That's great. Okay.
A little tattered, but
Yeah, a little bit torn. Yeah, so for any of those who might be a little confused, what do I mean that he's never seen a Nurse Handy or Mr. Handy? Inside Fallout Asia, they use the Hermes bots, HRM35 series. They are statted out to be pretty close to Protectrons / Handies. And the one that is used in Taiwan, as well as Japan and Korea, is the HRM35C. It is the caretaker line that is designed to help people in hospitals and nursing situations. They are bipedal, and so this little kid is completely awestruck at this floating robot that he's never seen before in his entire life. But he's looking at you with a lot of apprehension, because you literally just look like a flying ball to him, and he has no idea what the fuck's going on. Camacho, you're hearing this little exchange going on. What are you doing?
I put my gun away since Minsky put his weapons away. I holster, and I advance. Pull out the little baseball cap that I found and hand it to the little boy.
All right. Go ahead and roll me. Give me survival charisma and roll with 3 dice. I'll give you advantage for this. Because I like that. That's smart. Give kids gifts. Kids love gifts.
Oh shit. That's actually a really good point.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna re-roll those 2. Like I said, roll 20 is against us.
I'm just starting to think this thing's rigged.
Are we even in the millions anymore, Tracy? Are we in the billions now?
I have no idea. I'm going to have to go back to like the beginning of our stream and just start counting like
The number
20s and 1s. And like, because it's insane.
For anybody who's listening and not watching, Camacho just rolled a 7 and then 2 20s. Literally,
We have
right after
we have negative 2s.
2 20s as well. We do have negative 2s, but you can only use 2 of them, so you can use a point of luck to re-roll.
Yeah. Can I use 2 negative 2s or just the 1?
Yep, Vampire Bites. I'll use both of them from him. Thank you, Vampire.
Okay. So here we go.
All
Okay.
right, so 15 down to a 13 and then a 4. So that'll be, well, you got full AP. So you said you put the gun away?
Yes, I holstered.
Okay, and then you take out the hat and you start walking over to the little boy. He looks up at you and he looks at the hat. Give me 1 second. I need to go into my generator because this is one of the neat things about the generator is that under the books and magazines section, I have rewritten all of the books and all of the magazines to Taiwanese, Japanese, and Korean and Chinese topics. And so he looks up at the little hat and he sees this little key symbol that's on the front of it and he's like, "Oh, a master key hat?" And you see his jaw just drop and his eyes widen. He is so mind blown that you have found this artifact, pre-war artifact, and you've heard of it before as well. You may not have noticed what was on there, but this master key is a very famous series in their timeline. And the little boy
Yep,
looks
and
up
it's
to
all
you.
yours.
It's for me?
Yep.
And he takes the crossbow out of his hand. He's just holding it in his offhand now, and he reaches out for the hat. Do you give it to him?
I put it on his head.
Okay. So you put it over on his head. He pulls back his little hood. You put it on his head, and it's this worn down red hat with this little key symbol up on the front. And he's like, I'm a key master now. And you see him look over into the room, presumably at his sister. He's like, I'm the key master. And you hear his sister respond, that's so cool. So you have successfully enamored the little boy and the little girl at this point. Val, you're out in the field as Camacho is doing this. You get around the track. You've kind of circumnavigated the little field. You get over and you see Dynamo standing there, munching down and seeming to ignore this small swarm of little black bugs that are flying around Dynamo. Seems to be totally ignoring it, just eating.
Okay. Val is going to attempt to take Dynamo's lead line and lead Dynamo. Well, actually, Val is going to grab a big handful of grass and then attempt to lead Dynamo away by pulling on the lead line, but also putting the grass in her face. Kind of like saying, like, I want you to come this way, but if you come this way, you're still going to be able to eat while you do it. But I also need you to come over here. You need to be a good cow. And come with me.
So I'm a little confused. So you're grabbing grass, jamming the grass into Dynamo's mouth, and pulling on the lead line.
No. I'm sorry. Just getting a handful of grass and then pulling on the lead line and trying to get her to come with me, but also showing her, like, I have food for you. I'm not pulling you away from your food.
Okay, so you're trying to offer that pretty much as like a carrot kind of thing.
Yeah, like a carrot on a stick, except I'm actually going to give it to her.
Okay. 1 second. There we go. There we go. All right. So as you are reaching out, trying to get Dynamo to follow you, using this carrot as or the grass as the carrot incentive, you notice that this small little swarm around Dynamo starts to slowly buzz over at you. And you can hear it literally sounds like a swarm of flying insects coming in at you, and you start to feel this kind of odd tingling sensation as they start to bite on your exposed arm. So give me 1 second. target number 7, and that is a critical success.
Of course it is.
With an effect. So you are now being bitten. You have taken 1 damage to your health on your arm, and you are now annoyed. And now that you are annoyed, it is going to add 1 DV to all of your tests until you have gotten rid of this swarm of gnats that is now flying around you.
I was already annoyed.
Well, you are very annoyed now. Very annoyed. And for
So
anybody
I
in our
guess-
audience who is very confused, this comes from Stinkbomb's wonderful homebrew here. It is literally a gnat swarm, level 1 insect, and their special feature is that if they successfully attach onto a target, it annoys the shit out of you, and it's a +1 to all checks.
So I guess Val would like to pull Dynamo along and also try to use the grass to like get the gnats to go away.
All right. So that would be an unarmed. So go ahead and roll me.
Sure. Why the
for
fuck not?
An unarmed attack. Is unarmed. Unarmed and strength. There we go. So unarmed and strength. Your DV is a 3.
No, well, I mean it's unless like
It's a swarm of gnats that are literally about the size of like a pen tip.
how many APs is it to buy 2 dice?
3.
I'm gonna buy 2 dice.
All right, so that'll be 3 AP. We also have some -2s in chat. You want a -2?
Sure.
Right. This one comes from Sophie. At least no critical failures. No critical failures.
Bitch.
No
I got
critical
1
failures.
success.
Yes, you got 1 success. You are able to kill maybe 1 or 2 of this small swarm of flying insects that are actively bothering you. You are very annoyed now, and they seem to be getting everywhere. The gnat swarm gets everywhere. It may choose a hit location without increasing the difficulty, and it will consistently select areas with the least protection. So as they are slightly biting at your arm, they also seem to be very, very quickly coming in for your neck and face. So you're
Great.
slapping
Cool.
yourself in the face and neck with this with this handful of grass.
Do I get the cow to move?
Yes, you are able to get Dynamo to move, so don't worry about Dynamo. You're good on that.
At least you got the cow.
All right, and Australis plays. Yes, they do need the gatekeeper as well. They have the keymaster. They need the gatekeeper. And I'm gonna add that into my my generator. That sounds like a great idea. I love that. The keymaster comics, the gatekeeper comics. You have both. It unlocks. Anybody?
Nerdiness.
No.
Free marshmallows for everybody.
You send them into the mail, and then like 2 days later, magically, you just have a bag of marshmallows.
No, they like back the truck up.
All right. So you have a gnat swarm coming at you, Sean. You're at the top of the stairs. You've been trying to parlay with the kiddos. You see Camacho handing over this adorable little hat and putting it on his head. He now looks like $1,000,000. He is super happy. You do not see his sister inside of the room, but you can see that he is elated as shit.
Okay, this appears to be all in hand, and so I'm gonna head down the stairs, check on Val.
Go ahead and roll me a perception survival check as you're heading down the stairs and looking across the field for Val. This is going to be a DV0 because he's literally flailing about at the moment, so this is a chance for you to generate some AP. And replace some of the 3 AP that Val used to get 3 failures.
I won't know. I'll get a 20 instead.
Oh my Christ! What? You can use -2s from chat if you want. They're both from... Oh, one's from Logar, one's from RC Walker.
Yeah, cool. Let's
All
do
right.
that. I really can't think of anything to do with that.
I think you guys are just going to be burning all of your luck on getting rid of these 20s, because this is nuts.
Yeah.
So that's that'll be a 18 and a 15, but it's a DV0. You see Val coming. He's dragging along Dynamo. I mean, you can't miss either of them walking across. And you see him literally swatting himself in the face with this grass, face, arms, and neck, and just and he looks very annoyed. He's visible.
What? What are you doing?
Val just goes, "Shut the fuck up!"
Let me just look at my items in a second. Right. Have a shotgun.
It's got spread.
Now, technically, it's got spread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And -1 to everything is one massive pain in the ass. It's so annoying. So like, as I get closer, I start to see the little around his head, and Val's just looking at Sean for a moment, and then Sean's like, okay, and he's like, because he already holstered his pistol down, so he goes to his back where he keeps the shotgun on the strap,
fucking thing.
and you just see like the Ash Williams, like the draw the shotgun from the back, like this really slowly. I'm like when I say duck, right.
I actually kind of love that plan.
Do you want to do it? I'll let you do
I
it.
hope you have your backup character made.
Let's do it.
Val, you want to do it?
I roll a 14. My small guns check is a 14, and small guns is tagged as well.
Val, you
Don't
want
get
to
a
do it?
complication on this.
I'll let you do it.
And I will use AP for extra
Oh,
dice.
and-
I leave it.
Val says, "Don't shoot me. Do not shoot the cow. But if you do shoot me, please don't miss." And he gets ready, and he's like,
I'm going to at least stand so that the cone doesn't hit the cow, even if there's no way to. Yeah.
I'm figuring
Val's got
at
it done.
least the shotgun blast and the loud sound and vibration will scare the bugs away or something. Val, I'm the only reason that I'm letting this happen is because Val is so fucking annoyed that he's like, I don't care. Take all my skin off. Take my skin off. I don't care. So yeah, we're gonna do this. However, we're gonna do this.
All right.
How do you want us to do it, other than obviously me?
I'm gonna have you guys
Is
make
it any other role, or is it just small guns?
two checks. One of them is going to be you can either do survival with agility, or you can do athletics with agility for Val to duck at just the right time. You can do survival athletics or agility athletics. Your choice.
Yeah, it's gonna be survival.
Alright.
Survival agility.
Okay, this is going to be, I'm letting you know this right now, this is going to be a DV2. To duck down and make sure that you don't get hit by any buckshot.
Right, I've got quite a good. I'm confident I can at least hit. I've got a 14 in small guns. So you take all 3 of those AP to roll 2 extras.
Both you should take -2s.
And that.
Alright, so you want to use all 3 AP.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I miss, then I just miss the fucking the things, right? It's up to Val to duck out of the way.
It depends on how bad you miss.
So,
If you get a complication,
And,
you might take his head off.
Logar, I am very sad to tell you right now that the next 2 -2s are yours. So you have the 3 AP, but you do
Dalton
not
can
have
use
the
them.
-2s.
Mr. Dalton can use them.
Okay, so you've got the 3
Oh,
APs, so roll 4d6, and you got it. So we've got a 13, a 10, a 17, and a 13. So 3, 17, 10, 13. You got it. 2 successes. So you're able to duck down and get away from this when Sean says go. Now, Sean, roll me your small guns. It's a DV3 to hit.
I will take -2.
Okay. This is the most insane Wile E. Coyote bullshit I have ever seen.
You could give Cap some AP if you want to buy dice.
Yeah, I want to buy one more dice just in case.
Alright, I got another cap.
I'll take some AP. That's fine.
Cap's got another
Cool.
cap. Alright, so it's DB3, and it's going to be your small guns and agility. He's already ducked out of the way, so you don't have to worry about hitting him as long as you don't get a critical failure.
I know, I only got one. But...
Alright, so we got a 5,
You have
a
2 with the
15,
-2.
and a 16. So that's a 5, a 13, and a 16. So that's 2 successes out of 3. So you let off
You have a
a
luck?
shotgun blast. You can use a point of luck to try and re-roll 15 and the 16, or just the 16, whatever you want to do, or you can just miss the nats.
I don't have any luck. My it wouldn't matter anyway. The -2 takes that success to a crit because small guns is a tag skill for me, but it wouldn't matter anyway. It only gets me 2. So.
Oh, yeah.
So you
Well,
you count down just 3, 2, 1. Val ducks and you blast, but it seems as if those gnats are just they're fucking on him already. They're already down, biting back on his face.
I'm not gonna lie, that was the least interesting outcome, but okay.
Yes, that was in fact the least interesting outcome.
I think Val stands up and he's like, right, we didn't even die. Fuck.
You hit nothing. God damn it.
God damn it. Oh, all right, let's go.
And
It's not your day, Val.
since this has taken more than just one action, you are going to be bit again by them. So target number is 7. I got another critical success. All right, you take another point of damage as they are now biting on your neck, and they seem to start crawling down into your shirt as well.
I guess this just ignores all of my damage reduction.
It is a 3 piercing, so they're able to get under your armor.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got 1 damage.
They're horrible creatures.
They're horrible
I'm
creatures.
sorry.
You can ask any person who has been anywhere in Taiwan, these fucking gnats, like I'm telling you right now, these gnats are the #1 most annoying insect on the face of the entire planet. Australia can claim as much as they want that they're the winners. No. It's our black gnats. So you are now very annoyed. You have lost 2 points of health. You successfully died with a shotgun blast. And now we've got Camacho and Jianyu and Minsky upstairs hearing this shotgun blast right downstairs as you're attempting to parlay with these 2 young children. Oh yeah, totally forgot about that. Still trying to get them to like us. Bam! So, Jianyu, you hear this shotgun blast. Roll me perception survival check, please. DV1, you have eye stalks, so it's DV0. Generate us some AP, bruh. don't give me any critical failures, or I swear to Christ, I'm gonna throw whoever made roll 20 into a river. Holy shit! All right, that is a double critical success. All right, so bam, bam, bam. All right, so you got some AP. You notice that the little boy is immediately freaked out by the sound of this loud shotgun blast coming from just outside their window, and he seems to be a little bit panicked. And with that big smile on his face, it is now completely wiped off, and he has pulled that crossbow back up and is looking all over this place, trying to figure out where the fuck that noise came from. You still have your turn, though, but this is what you see.
It's okay. I'm sure they were just firing at some animal or something out there. Let's just get in the room and keep your heads down, and let me take a look at your sister. I can patch her up.
All right, roll me a speech charisma check, DV2. You've got AP, you've got -2s. Do you want either of them?
I will take 1 AP and a -2.
It is so weird hearing you go from that high-pitched Minsky voice to your normal speaking voice. I was like, wait, was that somebody else? All right, so roll me 3. There you go, DV2. So the little boy looks over at you. He's like, okay. And you see him duck down. He's still got this crossbow. And he's looking around. He's like, all right, she's in here. Let's go. And he's ducked down underneath where the windows are at. He starts walking into the room, and he gestures for Minsky and Camacho to follow. So Minsky, do you follow?
Yes, I do.
All right. Jianyu, you're standing in that hallway as well. You see them get ushered in. Are you coming as well? What are you doing?
Yeah, I think Gianna's going to come in too.
Okay. Are you ducking?
It's gonna... What is it?
Everybody else is ducking. The two kids are, the little boy's ducking because of the shotgun blast just outside. You don't know where it came from. You have no idea.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what's going on, and I just finished sneezing a bunch. So I was like, rubbing my nose and like
rubbing your nose, and then bang.
Getting down and coming with. At least it stopped the sneezing fit.
Yes, it broke you out of your sneezing fit. There you go. So you go in. Are you ducking or no?
Yeah. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna duck and go in.
Okay. All right. And Camacho, what are you doing? He's waiting for you to come on in as well.
Okay. I look back over my shoulder from when the blast came, or when I heard the blast, and I just mutter to myself, "Stupid gringo." And I walk in behind Jianyu.
This time around, the gunfire didn't come from the American, but close.
Still a gringo.
Here it would be Bikeway. The white ghosts or white devils. So yes. So you head in as well, and so now the three of you can see there's this little boy and this little girl. The little boy looks to be maybe about 10 years old. The little girl looks to be maybe about 6 or 7 years old. The two of them are pretty young, and the little girl seems to have her hand wrapped up in some dirty rags or something, and you can see a little bit of blood that is seeped through the rags themselves. So she looks like she's definitely injured. She is not armed, and both of them, you're able to see both of them are wearing like drifters outfits. So they both seem to be pretty poorly dressed. But the little boy has that crossbow. The little girl seems to be unarmed, and there's a backpack on the ground next to the little girl. And this is an old classroom that's been emptied out. So we're gonna transition really quick over to Val and Sean. Val, you have missed. You did not kill the gnats. And Sean missed. He did not kill the gnats. And Val, you were not able to duck fast enough to get rid of the gnats. They now seem to be coming in under your armor and under your shirt. You're not sure how the fuck they're pulling this off, but they are annoying the shit out of you. What are you doing?
He hands the lead line of dynamo to Dalton, and then starts muttering to himself that he has to take his fucking clothes off.
Okay.
And he starts walking to the where everybody is, and is just like loudly cursing and yelling. And as he's doing that, he's like taking his shirt off, and he's like undoing all his like he has like a leather arm and a leather leg. He like takes those off. He starts taking his shirt off, and he starts like rubbing everything around to kind of try to like smush them and get them all off of him. But that's what he's gonna do.
All right, go ahead and roll me unarmed with strength. DB is 3. You have 1 AP. You still have -2s in chat.
I mean, it's like literally impossible. I guess I'll use the AP and I'll use -2s.
Okay, so we'll use an AP and a -2 from chat. This one comes from Sophie again. Go ahead. You have
Yeah, I got
one success.
1 success at best.
So 1 success. That 7 goes down to a 5. We have an 8 and an 11. Yeah, you're smacking and whacking and hacking, and you don't know when to stop.
Smacking and whacking and hacking, you know, right from the game.
Yes, but you don't know when to stop because they are everywhere. And as you are undressing, they seem to be going on to other places of your body that are now uncovered. And so as you are taking off your pants and your shirt, they are going for new areas. So I'm going to roll. I'm going to roll on here. Let's see where they decide to go. They start to. It seems to be that they have gone from your neck. They now see a nice exposed fat thigh, and they go down for your thigh, and they start biting on there and crawling upwards. And they are going to make their attack. I did not get any successes, so you do not seem to be in any pain as they are moving from, and they seem to be crawling around on your thighs.
Is there a knowledge check? Can I make a survival intelligence check for like a hint on how to best deal with bugs like this? It's not like I'm not from here.
So yeah, it'll be a DB1 because they're just a level 1 insect.
So I'm gonna use intelligence, survival.
Okay.
Okay.
So that is a 4. So as you know from when you were growing up, these little bastards are absolutely fucking annoying. They are able to fly everywhere. They're able to get through cracks in doors. They're able to get in through fucking mosquito netting when they want to. They are little bastards. But when you smack them, if you successfully are able to hit them out of the air, that is almost always guaranteed to, well, kill them. They'll fall down to the ground and you can step on them. They are tiny, and so because of this, they are very difficult to swat unless you have a fly swatter or a gnat swatter, or as you remember from growing up in a slightly nicer little colony, they have those electric ones, and so it just given a couple whacks with that, immediately take care of the issue. They are extremely annoying. When they are attracted to you, it gives a +1 to all difficulty tests, and they will literally go everywhere. They will constantly select areas with the least protection. And when it comes to how to get rid of them, this is something that Stink Palm did not add in. One of the best ways to get rid of these little bastards without having to kill them is to step into smoke. So you can smoke them away. There are lots of Taiwanese recipes where they burn these little things shaped like a little circle, and it burns down and it releases a ton of noxious smoke, and it'll make mosquitoes fuck off, cockroaches, ants, gnats. It like nothing wants to be anywhere near it, and it smells like weed. So that's what you know. You can get near a source of smoke. You can try to swat them off your body, but if you don't get rid of them, they are not going to leave you the fuck alone until one of you dies.
So I think Val, in his turn, is slapping all over himself, like trying to get rid of them and hitting himself with the grass. And then he just starts to say, "Please give me the torch. Just give me the torch. Just give the torch. Torch."
Australis Plays recommends the Flamer. That would work.
I can't duck that fast, dude.
I mean, I do have a volley.
Yeah, he's got
No, we have a
Molotovs. The Flamer.
The torch. We'll work with the torch first.
Okay.
All right. Because we can light him up.
Citronella works pretty well against mosquitoes, but not against Taiwanese gnats. Those things don't care. It's really annoying. Like, I wish they did, because I used to have citronella when I lived in Nantou, and I would spray it everywhere. The mosquitoes would fuck off, the gnats did not. So yeah, you know the torch is downstairs. That's where Camacho dropped it, so you can head downstairs and try to grab the torch. You already walked past it. Is that what you want to do? You want to go for the torch? All right.
Yes.
Sean, you fired off this shotgun. You're seeing him swear and start stripping and just dropping his shit on the ground. What are you doing?
I kind of looked down at the gun a minute with sudden realization of what I just tried to do.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I doing?
Well, if this was Cyberpunk, I'd give you some IP for living on the edge. That's for damn sure.
Puts the gun on his back again. Just really starts to reconsider all of his choices that have led to this moment so far. Like, and we'll kind of stomp back upstairs past Val and grab the torch for him and come back again.
Are you gonna whack him with the torch?
What? Oh no, I'm gonna ask you. Like, what do you need this for?
Smoke them out.
Gotcha. We'll go find somewhere that's kind of more contained, secluded, like walls that are closer together. Even
like
if
a closet,
like a corner. But yeah, I'll do it.
You could look around for a closet. You could go back downstairs into the basement area, because that was not outdoors.
We'll look around for a cupboard first. Yeah.
All right. I love how they're doing this while the three of you are trying to pretty much negotiate like a hostage situation with children, with armed children, and they're fucking around with gnats.
We're grown adults. We'll just punch them if they do anything dodgy. Right.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Just slug them in the face. All right. So we'll try and find a cupboard, and we'll put Val in the cupboard with a flaming torch and see what happens. Metal, preferably, because like wood cupboard's probably not a good idea with a flaming torch.
So I just posted this on our chat, and I want to say this out loud. Cybernation Uncensored and all of its affiliates do not condone the hitting of small children. Do not do that.
Large children?
Large children.
So, yeah, you guys start looking around. John, you're now in this room, and you're there with Minsky and Camacho, and you see this little girl. She's got her hand wrapped up in these rags, and you can see that the little boy's still on the lookout, trying to figure out where the hell that shotgun blast came through. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna tell him, my friends can help your sister out. The shotgun blast is probably my idiot friends out there. They're mostly harmless. They're more likely to hurt themselves than anything else.
Val.
So, but Minsky here and Camacho, are both very good at healing people. And actually, I'm gonna kind of like pull back my shirt a little bit to show the chest wound that like that was bandaged. You know, and I go, Camacho fixed that on me yesterday.
This is the face the little boy gives. Just kind of looking at your chest wound like,
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
awesome. Go ahead and roll me a speech charisma. See if you're able to placate the little boy and little girl. It's gonna be a DV2.
I'm gonna bomb this.
As long as it's not a critical failure.
Well, yeah, but it's obvious I'm gonna get one.
Knock on some wood.
All right.
No critical
Not
failures.
a critical failure.
17, 14. So the little boy just kind of looks at you, absolutely disgusted, but neither of them seem to be placated. But they both allowed you to come into the room.
I didn't ruin it.
Yeah, Minsky, you're bobbing there. You see the little girl. You see Gianni lift his shirt up to show his somewhat wrinkly chest with this like formerly suckling wound that is now just bandaged up and still kind of dirty and gross, but he's healing. What are you doing?
I'm gonna bob over to the girl. Hello, little one. May I please see your hand?
Go ahead and roll me a speech charisma. And this is an opposed check. All right, do you want to take a -2 from chat?
Yes, please.
All right, so we'll take -2s from chat. This comes from Sophie, and it comes from Stink Palms. Thank you, Tracy. All right, so you're able to get that 9 down to a 7. You have 1 success there. The child had 1 success as well, and this little girl looks up at you, and she kind of just holds her hand inside of these bloody rags. She's like, "It hurts. It hurts. Can you fix it? I don't know what. Are you like an alien? Do aliens know how to fix people?"
I'm a robot. I was made to fix people. I'm just not originally from here.
But robots have legs. You don't have legs.
Back in America, the robots are made without legs. You float around like this. I do like a little spin.
You're from America? As you're doing your cute little spin.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Go ahead and roll me another speech charisma.
I thought that was going to go real different.
It's going to be another DV1, because you are now impressing her. All right. She's just, yeah, she literally does that. She's like clapping for you as you're doing this cute little ballerina spin with your on your robot robotness, and she seems very amused, and she is a big smile. So on here, Cybernation Uncensored, unless they're dumb, JK, just jokes. Okay. All right, y'all are horrible. We from violence on children. I mean, not from. So yeah, she seems very amused, and she believes you. She believes that you are a robot and not an alien, and she's impressed that you are from America. And so she's like, "Well, if you're an American robot, then I think you might be able to fix me, because we tried talking to a Hermes the other day, and they just got confused." And
Well,
she holds out her hand.
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna trying to think. I'll do first aid, I think.
Okay. First, Camacho, what are you doing?
I'm gonna hold action and assist Minsky.
All right. Do we want to let them streamline this, folks?
Why not?
Okay. So Minsky, well, the reason I'm asking Val is, can I skip you guys in turn order to let them go into their next turn so they can jump into it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, then we can just go back to that other thing.
Yeah, that other thing, you know, the gnats.
I don't want to talk about it.
Minsky, go ahead and roll me intelligence medicine, please. Do you want a -2 from chat?
I think I'll just spend a luck and re-roll that one.
All right. Yeah, because you got a 6 and a 19, so you want to re-roll. Go ahead. A 2! There you go. All right, so that would actually be a tagged crit success, so that is 3. All right, so that was your DV. That's why I was asking. You successfully get the this bandage kind of unwrapped from her hand. It seems as if the bandage itself has gotten kind of crusty. It's been on there for a little while. And as you unwrap it, you notice that, well, there's a reason the Hermes was very confused when they looked at her injury. As the injury is presented to you, you can see that her hand seems to be infected with, it looks almost as if the veins within her hand and her palm and the beginning of her forearm seem to be blackened. It could possibly be blood poisoning or something else.
Oh. I'm gonna try something when it's my turn.
Okay. It is your turn, because he did his action.
Okay.
So you see them doing this.
I'm gonna take out my antibiotics. I have antibiotics in my pack, so I'll administer that and attempt to heal.
All right, go ahead and roll me intelligence medicine. So this is like an assisted action. We've got Minsky taking care of unwrapping everything and checking out what's going on with her hand, and you are attempting to administer some antibiotics. It's going to be a DB2.
Have -2s?
We do have a -2.
Okay, I'll take one -2.
Thank you, RC Walker Nexus.
Thank you.
All right, you definitely needed that -2. That brings you down to a 17 and a 13. You do not have any successes on there, but you do take out the antibiotics. You just don't seem to know exactly how to administer the antibiotics for a hand wound. You're not totally sure, because the antibiotics you have are pills, so you're not sure if you should just give them the pills, crush them, or jam them into her wound. You don't know.
I'll look at Minsky. You're the expert here.
Yeah, I'll figure something out.
So Minsky, go ahead and roll me another medicine intelligence check as you're kind of scanning this this wound and trying to figure out exactly what it is. DB is going to be... okay, I just rolled. So DB is going to be a 2. So it seems as if this girl has some kind of extreme laceration on the palm of her hand. You're not sure exactly what caused it, but it was definitely some kind of serrated surface that had cut her hand. And whatever this infection is seems to be originating from that site. The site itself seems to be infected. It's got yellow and white pus, and it also seems to be a little blackened as well, as the infection seems to be inside the blood.
Little one, where did you acquire this wound?
She looks over at her brother. Go ahead and roll me a speech charisma check. DV1. They're already pretty trusting of you. She looks over at her brother, and thank God it's just a DV1, not a DV2, because that'd be a crit fail. She looks over at her brother, and he just kind of nods at her, and she looks up at you, and she's like, well, Mr. Alien Robot Man, and she kind of huffs and puffs. She's not exactly sure how to explain. And her older brother chimes in. He says, there was a big kind of like bullet shell that came out of the sky, and it hit one of the buildings, and we went over to figure out what happened because it didn't explode. There was a little bit of fire, and I was able to put that out, but when we touched the bullet, it was empty. There was a big hole on the side, and she cut her hand.
Well, worry not. We'll get you all fixed up here.
All right. So are you going to attempt to treat the wound?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Are you going to administer the antibiotics, or are you going to just try to do a intelligence medicine check?
I think I'll try administering the antibiotics.
All right. It's going to be a DB2.
Are there -2s?
There are -2s. Chat has been super kind. Use it wisely. That's the last one for some time. Don't spend it all in one place. Definitely an infection. Don't apply to the wound. Oh, fuck. Yeah, so you're aware that the actual antibiotics, this is an oral treatment antibiotic, and you know that this is a pill that you have to give her. Luckily, you did not apply it directly into the wound.
I do have that diagnosis mod that should subtract a DV.
Yeah, that's why I'm giving you the success.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you're aware. So you know. For the diagnosis mod, you've got this under control. You know that this is an oral antibiotic that she needs to take with some food and water.
I do not have water.
She doesn't have to have the food or water, but you that's the general diagnosis from a doctor. Tea would work fine.
You're gonna have to take this to start. I have some tea here if you needed to wash it down.
She looks up at you and she's like, oh, okay. Okay. And she holds her hand out. She takes the pills, and you can remove the tea from your inventory as she grabs the tea and starts drinking it. She seems to be chugging the tea down. She seems to be pretty dehydrated. And the brother says, "Hey, don't hog all of it. Can I have some?" And he walks over and tries butting in.
I have some for you as well.
Oh. And he looks up at you. He's like, "You have one for me too?"
Yeah. I'll pull out another carton.
All right, go ahead and subtract that from your inventory. The two kids are now moving from dehydrated to hydrated. So they both chug down this tea. The little girl takes the antibiotics from Camacho, and they both seem to be pretty happy with the outcome of this. But you can see both Camacho and Minsky can both see. Oh, and Jianyu, you're also there. You can see that the wound on her hand looks pretty fucked up. It looks like it was from a serrated or a jagged surface, and it is definitely infected. There's a possibility that the infection could be blood poisoning or something else. You're not exactly sure, but it is definitely has some kind of infection.
So I want to test something. Is there any a black stuff leaking out of the hand?
There's nothing leaking out of her hand, but as I mentioned before, you can see on the wound that it looks like it looks like there is a mixture of like that yellow white pus and some black pus as well. It's pretty gross sight for infections, open infections.
So I mean, I'm concerned there's the black stuff we saw earlier.
Okay. There's nothing dripping out of her hand.
Yeah. I could try, like, holding the magnet to her to see if there's any sort of tug. It'd probably be pretty weak if there is, since there's material in the way.
Okay, so you want to take out the magnet. Where are you going to put it?
I'm going to ask if I can hold it, like, by her hand where it looks blackened.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a science intelligence check. As you come over to the little girl and you ask her, she's like, "Oh, okay, is that gonna help?" And she holds her hand out, and you bring over this little neodymium magnet, and you can see as your magnet is approaching, some of the material seems to be attracted to your magnet.
All right. So I want a side conference with Camacho and Minsky really quick. I think she's got the black stuff. I have a theory. I think if I have a powerful enough magnet, I might be able to pull it out, but it'd probably be pretty painful. It'd probably do some damage.
Time.
What's that?
I'm not sure we'd even have enough time.
Well, we're in a building, and buildings have electricity, and that means they have copper wiring. We have railroad spikes. Somebody picked them up. I saw them at some point. We can make an electromagnet with your power cells, and we can try to do something.
My guy.
I mean, I guess it's worth a shot. The only other solution I could think of would not be ideal.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking the same thing. All right. I would like to drop my last luck point to scrounge up some copper wiring.
I mean, yeah, that's how it's done. And it's a school building. Yeah, you're able to find some wiring from the old PA systems and pull it out of the wall.
Who had the railroad spikes?
That was I.
Ah, excellent. Yeah, so I'm gonna wrap the railroad spikes, and then I figure we could probably power it off of Minsky. I mean, it might take like you have a laser gun, right, Minsky?
Yep.
Yeah, so it might take one of your like ammo, or whatever Cap says. But we could probably plug it into you. I mean, it's not like I don't know where your wiring is.
Gross.
Bow wow.
Hey, we all saw it. Come on, it was out in the open. Like,
Or I have an alternative.
what's that?
We put the fusion core back in the into the generator, and we can use that as the power source instead of frying Minsky, who's on death's doorstep.
Well, I mean, I don't think it'll fry Minsky. So, unless
I
there
don't know,
are
how do you-
complications.
I don't know how you feel about this, Minsky.
I think we need to try. I said I could help her, and I'll help.
All right. Well, which one do you want to do? Do you want to try to use the fusion core, or do you want to power it from yourself?
Well, we'd have to get them down there and through the darkness. Let's just use me, I suppose.
Yeah, and past Sean and Val.
You guys already
I mean-
removed the power core, by the way.
Right.
Yeah,
generator's off.
We can plug it back in to the generator and just restart it. It's an
All right.
option.
I guess let's use Minsky if you're down as
Just
a power
try
source.
Try not to kill me again.
On the plus
That's what I was
side,
trying
if
to
I
do
do, I
it.
can probably fix you.
They're trying to make a magnet, not an arc welder. They're not trying to melt off her arm.
Well, that's a pretty good idea too. All right.
Cyberpunk or Cybernation Uncensored does not condone the use of arc welders on children. My God.
But what if it did?
Oh my God.
Have we considered the policy?
Oh my. All right, as you guys are thinking about this, I will let the three of you try to figure this out. Sean, Val, what the fuck are you guys doing in the middle of all of this? As John is
so
trying to brain bash together an electromagnet.
Val is standing in his underwear in front of Sean, who is holding a torch confusedly.
We are trying to find a metal cupboard so that we can create a makeshift smoke box to get the gnats to fuck off.
Ah, you want
That's
a
what
hot
exactly
box.
what we're trying to
Is the
do.
plan.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
we're gonna
in the buff.
hotbox. Let's see. Let's turn on the shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so hotboxing the buff, got it. So the two of you start looking down the hallway. You see that there's a maintenance cupboard, and you're able to get it open. It seems like inside there was an old mop and a bucket. There was some cleaning solutions that it seems as if rats have eaten through the boxes. There doesn't seem to be any of the cleaning solutions left, not even the Abraxo. They have eaten the Abraxo. So this is a mostly useless small room that has some empty cardboard boxes and a mop bucket.
All right. I think if we put all those empty cardboard boxes and the mop in the bucket and then try to light it on fire with the torch, that'll give us a bunch of smoke. Close the door. Wait a minute. And then I'll run in and do my thing, and I'll take a shower in the smoke, and then I'll come back out.
Okay.
And then I'll put all my clothes back on just for you.
Please.
I ever told you how much I fucking hate it here?
As he steps into the buff into the closet.
Like Han Solo going into the kryptonite thing, or the not kryptonite, the carbonite thing.
No, kryptonite, I believe it. It's all the same. Disney, don't sue me, I
Yes.
swear to God.
Disney, sue me. Let's fight. Sure. What do you want me to do?
Cybernation Uncensored is not interested in any lawsuits against Disney and Disney Incorporated. Yeah, so you can step in. You're going to put the stuff in the mop bucket and set the cardboard on fire and wash your body in the smoke. Go ahead and give me Survival Endurance, DV1.
Is that me doing that?
Nope, that it's going to be Val, because Val is the one covered in the gnats.
Fuck off. You got any -2s left?
A -2 won't help you, man. Your lowest on there is a 10. Oh, it's a 10. Oh, yeah, okay, hold on.
It's a 10.
I thought it was, sorry, my brain. Yes, we have -2s. You want it?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm tired of these gnats. I don't like it.
All right, RC Walker Nexus, thank you. You just saved Val from gnats. So you're kind of washing yourself off, and these gnats are... as this small closet seems to now be filled with the noise of Val grunting aggressively, gnats buzzing loudly, and things on fire. So after a moment, it seems as if you do not feel this biting anymore. They do not seem to be on you. And what do you want to do now? What are you going to do?
Close the door and put my clothes back on.
All right. So you step out, and as you step out, Sean, you're standing there, and you see this smoke come out. A really odd smell of like old cleaning solution, plastic, and cardboard boxes, combined with whatever stank is coming off of Val. Because I mean, God himself only knows the last time you guys showered with soap. I mean, let's be real, it's the apocalypse.
Oh.
What's soap? So yeah, you get this wonderful whiff of scent as this door opens. And Val, what is your luck score?
5.
All right, and Sean, what is your luck score?
4.
All right, both of you, please roll me a 1d10.
A D10.
Yep, 1d20, 1d20, not d10, 1d20. Thank you.
Hey.
All right, that's exactly what I was looking for. Val, you've gotten these things to fuck off. Sean, you are smart enough to, as Val is stepping out of the door, you're smart enough to remember you need to close that door really fucking fast before the gnats come back out and try to land on somebody else. And so as soon as he steps out, you slam the door closed and keep the gnats inside the room. They do not get attracted to you as Val starts to get reclothed. So congratulations. You have now defeated a level 1 insect enemy. I would give you 10 experience points, but we're working with milestones, so, you know, enjoy your 10 experience.
Fuck that! That was ridiculous. It imposes a whole one difficulty higher just from interacting with it, and it's a level 1 creature.
Yep.
That's not a level
That's
1.
bullshit.
Well,
I'm calling Modifius, even though I know that didn't rig it.
No, he didn't. Or they didn't write it. You can thank Tracy. So blame Tracy.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Level 1, dude. No
I
wonder
literally
everybody's
didn't
fucking
write this
dead.
entry. I'm just using their entry, and he doesn't have a solution to get rid of them. So if we just went by his entry, you would have to keep swatting at them until one of the two of you died.
Hey, just wait till we run into the goats. They'll eat your armor.
Reese is just evil.
I am also just evil. That is true. This
You're
is a
sick
grimdark
man.
setting. I am a sick bastard. This is a grimdark setting. We keep things grimdark here on our Grimdarkness. Black helicopters with Mickey Mouse nose cones, full Disney lawyers descending on Cybernation Uncensored and Capricious Nature. Please, for the love of God, no. Fuck off, Disney. I do not like you. I don't purchase your products. I don't use your products. Stay away from me in my home. So, Val, Sean, you guys have solved your level 1 enemy now problem. Now, up in the second floor, we have John, you attempting to make a magnet out of old copper wire pulled out of a wall, some old railroad spikes, and hot wiring up one of his own companions. Genius. So, what I'm going to need you to do, please, is roll me a science intelligence check. DV is going to be a 3.
All right.
And be
First
thankful
I'm going-
you don't have gnats.
Minsky, you have science, right?
Yep.
So you want to do an assist on this?
Well, you're plugging into me, so I would like
That'd
to
be
oversee it a
good.
little bit.
Yeah, that would probably be good. So I'm considering giving Cap a action point. I mean, he likes the idea, but
Give it to me, baby.
you guys fine with it?
I'm not opposed.
All right, yeah.
All right. So, I'm gonna do intelligence,
Oh, I'm stacked. Look at that.
science.
8.
Tag. Come on, baby.
You
Do we
guys
have
may
any minus
noticed,
twos?
I haven't used any of these yet. I'm waiting.
Do we have any minus twos left?
Yes.
Or are they mine?
It is from you.
Damn. All right. Sweet.
All right. 2 successes and a critical failure. DB3,
Sorry,
that 19 falls into it.
Yeah, I see that.
You can use.
I don't have any
roll.
luck. I'm out.
Wow, that's.
I used my last one. Well, I wanted to help the kids, so.
Okay, Minsky, Jayo. 0 successes. So we have 2 successes.
Are there 2 -2s left?
There are, and they are both. One is from Sophie. One is from Stinkball.
Hit me with it.
All right, I'm gonna hit you with it. All right, so that 12 goes down to a 10, so that makes it 3 successes and 1 critical failure. So, you're able to get this copper wire wrapped around these railroad spikes. You're able to get it plugged straight into the Minsky's back port. And Minsky, from this point on, you are now magnetic.
Magnetic.
He has magnetized your shell. So if you come within a very close range of metallic objects, they will stick to you. You can add that into your character sheet that you are now magnetized.
Oops.
It was either that, or I was going to take the next obstacle / hazard that was generated. Let's see. Let's pull that one.
Now,
up.
magnetize is much more interesting.
Yes, I agree. The next obstacle or hazard that came up was that the ceiling above you, collapses. So this is better. So yeah, you are now magnetic. You are magnetized. All right, so you've got this whole thing set up, and what are you trying to do with your setup now?
Well, my hope is that we can kind of pull this crap out of her.
Okay.
I think that we might need Camacho to kind of make sure the girl doesn't lurch forward, because if it's in her, it's gonna want to just put her palm against it. And I kind of feel like, and I mean, I'll defer to the medical opinion of those present, but that we might have to open the wound. I mean, it's pussy, so you have to get the pus out anyways. But we might have to make sure that there's a place for it to exit. And then we'll flip it on and pray.
Logar, I've got the
that would
exact
be
same
my-
face on right now.
That's
That's fucking disgusting.
This has really gone away.
Yeah, this is why I left medical school. Thanks, Tracy. What were you gonna say, Raven?
So that would be my cue. I look over at the little boy and the little girl, and I just say, "Escúchame." You stay right. I'm pointing at the little boy. You stay right there. Do not do anything. If you reach for that crossbow and try to shoot one of us, I'm gonna have to. Bad things will happen. I'm gonna help. We're gonna help your little sister, but we need to try to take something out of her hand. Nina, I need you to lay down. I'm motioning for her to lay down. I'm gonna walk over to her, hold her shoulders, pin her to the floor. Looking at the little boy, don't move. And then nod over to Tracy, or to Janyu. See what you're gonna do. I'll keep her down.
All right. I'm not entirely sure what we're gonna do with this when we're done with it. It'll stick to the magnet until we turn off the power. We definitely we don't want it well, the most powerful part of the magnet to start.
It'll be stuck to Minsky, and then you turn it off, and it'll just slurp right off. That makes sense.
You might maybe blast it with your laser gun when we're done.
Minsky's
We turn it off, and you can kind of throw it or something and blast it. I don't know.
You turn the
Minsky's
magnet
like
off and it
pulling
just
it around.
flies
Get it
over
off
at
me, get it
Minsky.
off me.
Yeah. We'll just like take it one step at a time. Let's see if we can get this thing out.
When we turn the magnet off, maybe I should be just outside the door.
Yeah,
You
that's a
know.
good idea. Yeah. That's why you're in charge of the power. All right.
The desk is sliding over at him. Sticky.
I guess let's do this thing.
All right.
So, what's
anybody
this?
who's watching right now, you may have noticed that a lot of the cameras just froze. They did on my end too. They're fixed now, so we're all good. So you pin the little girl to the ground, and you want to turn this thing on.
See.
Do you have a knife or something? I think we need to like open the wound.
I'm gonna take off
Otherwise,
my
it's gonna tear
headphones
us
for this
through.
conversation.
All right. Well, whatever. We prep
I'm not
it and
listening
like.
until you give me some kind of signal, but I don't want to be thrown up.
Right. Yeah. Come back.
All right,
gloss
Mr.
over
Grimdark.
details.
I can't do pus. I can do blood. I can do gore. I can't do pus. That stuff is disgusting.
All right. Well, we'll gloss over the details. We prep her and like let's flip this thing on and let's pray. What do you want me to roll, or do you want Minsky to roll? He's turning it on.
Oh, I don't need any of you to roll. I'm just asking what you're doing.
We're gonna do that and like see what happens.
I take out something else before we start. I take out the harness that's in my pack.
Jinky.
Place it in her mouth
Oh. Okay.
so she has something to bite down on
Smart.
for the pain.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you're gonna have her bite down on the harness. The rest of the team starts throwing metal objects at him, making a game out of it. I'm waiting for that to happen at this point, Rob. That's probably very probable. So what I actually need Raven to do, because I mean Camacho's on top of the little girl, trying to hold the little girl down. Go ahead and give me a strength athletics check. How well are you holding her down? Decently enough. Okay. So yeah, Minsky's a electrical surge comes out of your body, and this is where we're going to be ending our episode. So an electrical surge comes out of your body down this copper wire and around these iron railroad spikes. And Jianyu's ingenious idea of creating a small super magnet comes to life as pretty much everything metallic in a small range starts to vibrate and jiggle and get attracted over towards this magnet that they're putting, I'm presuming, above the little girl, because you said that you were holding her down on the ground. So are you holding this thing above her, Jianyu?
We probably want it like close to her hand, but not quite touching.
Okay. So pretty
Right. We don't
close to
want her
her.
to be able to grab it, but like we want it like because the field's going to be strongest the
Yeah.
closer.
So you're holding this above her hand as Camacho is holding her down on the ground, and at first it seems like some small little drops are coming out of her hand after you'd already prepped the whole area, and then she starts crying after literally just a moment, and then she starts screaming as she is biting down on this harness. And Jianyu, go ahead and roll me a perception check, and Camacho, roll me a perception check since Minsky is hovering out in the hallway so that he doesn't turn into a magnet.
Perception, survival.
Yes. Or perception, medicine, whichever one.
Survival's better. Finally rolling good.
Yes. Alright, you guys actually just generated an AP there, thanks to Camacho. So Camacho got a critical success, and Jianyu got 2 successes, so we got a 2, a 10, a 3, and a 19. But for this one, no mosquitoes. The mosquitoes have already been smoked away, so don't worry. And the gnats. But Camacho and Jianyu, the two of you can see as this magnet starts attracting some of the mass. Both of you can see that literally inside of her arm, it seems as if instead of being attracted towards the magnet, it now seems to be pushing further up towards her chest. And it starts making its way up her arm and towards her chest. And
all right, turn it off.
Hold on, we're ending on here. I'm not having you guys do anything. This is the end. It is approaching up her arm, and she is screaming and biting down as some small droplets come out attracted to this magnet, and the rest seem to be pushing their way further into her body. And that is where we are going to stop, folks. It's not going to be quickly turn it off. We can start that up next week. This is where we are ending our stream. So we have Val and we have Sean successfully dealing with a gnat problem. And then we have Camacho and Minsky and Jianyu. Maybe successfully, maybe unsuccessfully, turning a small child into a torture puppet and turning Minsky into a giant electromagnet as Camacho starts violently swinging a machete around right next to an electromagnet. So, yes, GG. Folks, it's been a very interesting session, a little bit longer than normal, so my apologies about that. But I got pretty enthralled with this, and I'm very happy to see this moving forward. And I'm having a blast, and I hope all of you are as well. I'm going to put up our player names up on here, and I'm going to have all of our players outro themselves. So, Stinkpalm, Tracy, go ahead and start us off.
All right, I'm Tracy, or Stinkpalm007, your crazy scientist here, doing insane things. And MacGyvering stuff since before MacGyvered. So, that's me.
All right, thank you. Logar, go for it.
Hi, I'm Logar the Yogar. You can find me here on Twitch, twitch.tv/Logar the Yogar. I GM a Starfinder game on Sundays called Dead Sundays. Starfinder is a role-playing game about magic and aliens and technology, and it's D&D in space. It's very good. You should come hang out. You can follow me on Twitter at Logar the Yogar, and also my Instagram, Twig and Logar. And you can find me here next week, dying in some other strange way.
Who knows? John, go for it.
I'm John. I played your unusually attractive Nurse Handybot tonight, Minsky. You can find me on the Cybernation Uncensored Discord as Johnny Drop. You can find me here every Friday and Saturday. Lurking in the chat as Other Sandman 3096. And if you'd like, you can go ahead and check out my SoundCloud at Arcsin.
All right, thank you. Raven?
Hey everyone, I'm Raven. I've had the pleasure of playing Camacho, your sometimes field medic slash cartel boss, one aspiring cartel boss. You can catch me here tomorrow for a Cybernation Uncensored Cyberpunk Goes Nomad. You can find me all over the internet at Doña Trece Cuervo. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. And Mark?
Yeah, Mark, Captain Mark 87 on the Discord. You can find me here every week playing Sean Dalton on the Fallout game, on the Cyberpunk game tomorrow night, same time, and over at twitch.tv/Heroes in Theory on Sundays for D&D.
Awesome, thank you. And folks, I've been your GM, your grim, dark, disgusting GM who also absolutely hates pus, because I've been to medical school and it was freaking disgusting. Human beings are gross. Yeah, we're gross. But what's not gross is CybernationUncensored.com. You can find all of our supplements and information over there for Cyberpunk, as well for Fallout 2D20, which is what we're playing here. All of our supplements can be found over there. You can find all of the links for every one of our players here inside of our chat log. And you will be able to find, well, half of us plus another 3 tomorrow for our Cyberpunk Goes Nomad campaign. As our players decide to stalk their way into Texas, become even more nomadic nomads, and are now pursuing sweet, hot, delicious revenge. So, ladies and gentlemen, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. I'm going to see if Cybernation Uncensored is able to set up a raid here for one of our wonderful friends, Jehananon, and then I'm going to put us into a outro for our logo. So Cybernation Uncensored, Rob, let me know when to hit the logo, and we will sign off, and we can go raid over to Jehananon. That being said, folks, as Rob is setting all that up and waiting for the lag to get over itself, we will be missing next month 2 sessions. The 4th and the 5th we will not be here. The 25th and the 26th we will not be here. So next week will be our last stream for the month, and we will not be here the first week of March. Just giving you all a heads up, I will not be able to come in. So yeah, looking forward to wrapping all this up with our wonderful players and seeing what in God's name happens with this mini super magnet. So Rob's all set up to raid, so I'm gonna go ahead and click us on over to our logo. Rob's going to set us up to raid, so please everybody do not click off the tab. Join us as we go raid over to Jehananon, and until next time, have a wonderful, wonderful day, morning, or night. Bye everybody.
Cybernation Uncensored.